Welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody, and along with my long-distance bestie Amanda, we live to break down all the things we love to hate. Each week, we scour TV, TikTok, and pop culture and deliver you our unfiltered, snarky takes on everything. Take a moment to subscribe on YouTube so you catch all our live streams and shows, and follow the links in the banner to subscribe to our free weekly podcast and 2 Patreon shows, We Love to Hate TV and Total Request Podcast, where you request the shows and we break them down. Once subscribed, you have instant access to our massive library of hundreds of past shows and recaps. We promise you'll love it. And listen, we're all friends here, so let us hear from you in the comments. We love getting to know you, and we hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's go. Hello, and welcome to We Love to Hate Everything, except each other and all of you.
Yes. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining us again on our early morning record, except this is like probably halfway through the day for you. We got a lot of people in the chat already. Love it. Thank you. Tell all your friends to come join us. It's a fun little Sunday tradition.
And I mean, hey, smash that like, you guys.
Smash it and subscribe. I can't tell you how important the subscribing is. So just hit it. You don't even need to you don't need to click the bell. You don't ever need to think about it again. Just hit
smash
subscribe.
it.
Helps us
out. There you go.
Also, I just thought of this actually finally at the beginning of the episode. If anyone watches this on the playback, if you can watch, let the ads run, go to the bathroom.
Take a little potty break, let the dog out.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And that helps us out. What were you going to say? Were you going to say that I look really good or something?
Yeah, you just get more and more beautiful every week, and I just get more and more homely, and my roots just keep growing on out.
Oh, look at these bad boys.
I've been getting more weeks before my biannual haircut.
I haven't gotten my hair professionally cut in 2 years, I think, and before that it was probably 15 years. I am not since I'm not drinking, I did go to the cannabis store and I got a whole bunch of gummies and something for my vape pen, and I realized I can't do that either because I probably gained 20 pounds this week because I smoke, and then I'm just like, give it to me. The amount of craft dinner that I've ingested this week is astronomical.
I was just gonna ask, is that a better alternative to drinking, like having a cocktail at night?
It's definitely more healthy for you. It's not doesn't hurt your liver.
Okay, but you're still eating more because you get munchies?
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Okay.
So I just need to stop everything, I guess. I can't have fun.
Well, I think you look phenomenal.
Well, thanks. Speaking of weed, we have our 420 episode coming up. Our third annual, Amanda.
Third? Oh, wow.
Episode.
Okay, so tell everyone who's not familiar with the 420 episodes.
Well, the very first year was a couple years ago, and Jody had never, ever smoked or done anything bad before. I'm a very bad influence.
No, I think I was like a Michael Scott. Like I had secondhand experience.
Like
nothing
but
like
you didn't inhale.
On,
Who said they didn't inhale? Was it Bill Clinton or was it George Bush?
Mm-hmm.
Probably both.
Well,
yeah. But so Jody went and she got some, and then we got her high for the first time.
My dealer.
Jeremy,
that's
legal
shop that was like an Apple store, and I spent half my savings on like 2 things.
And I think we should probably do it. We could probably do a live this year now that we actually know how to do this. That might be fun. So the first year we had like different guests call in, like one at a time, and then last year we did with everyone at the same time in like a grid.
Yeah.
I don't know which is better. We can do the call-ins though, but we have Nick and Colin who better say yes again. But I assume they have it on there.
Say yes to the mess, if you will.
I mean, and then last year Jody didn't go out and get a re-up, so she used her old vape from like a year ago.
It was still good.
Yeah, so she was cooking meth. She was like lighting the oil part. It was just
what do you call it? A pen or a? It was like
the vape pen, but it's like the part with the oil, the little cartridge. You were lighting the cartridge.
It thickened up, so I just thought like heat would kind of,
right.
I don't know.
So you need to hit up Jeremy this year.
And I coached crystal meth. Basically, there was like something smoked, and then I don't know what happened, but okay, I'll see what I can do.
I love this. Danielle says they are all 420 episodes for me, ladies. Well, yeah, good. Please, yes. So everyone join us. We'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah, please send suggestions because I don't want to like smoke anything like lung. I'm not comfortable with the vape thing and the lung.
Well, you could get
stuff.
a gummy, but you got those mints that didn't work. If you get the gummies, but you need to
those
do.
mints. I feel like what was that?
I don't know. You were like eating them like candy.
$50 on nothing.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeremy knew. Jeremy had saw you as a mark the second.
It's like she's hungry. Just like give her some certs.
But if you're gonna do the gummies, you need to try them like a couple days before, so you can kind of feel so that you don't freak out.
Okay,
just to see how strong they are. But you'll enjoy it.
Jeez.
It's like a Vicodin. It's fun.
Or
but you also
I'll start doing my B-roll again. I'll just start like gazing throughout the episode. Great.
I was thinking about it this morning too. The part where you have an umbrella and you're waving, that's like crazy.
Hey, speaking of umbrella, can we just like jump to Super Bowl? Rhianna.
Yeah. Good segue. Good segue.
What'd you think? I mean, I know you were like,
I haven't watched it.
I'm here for the baseball and the baseball only.
Yeah, no, I did not watch it. Don't care. I couldn't tell you who was playing. Was it the Giants?
No.
Packers?
No.
All right, I got nothing.
Eagles.
Right? And then the Utah Jazz. I think that sounds
it.
Right.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Jazz won with a last-minute three-pointer, and it was like, boom, game over. No, okay, so the halftime show. I mean, people were losing their minds over this. I went on Twitter, and people were like, oh, the Rhianna concert, it was lit.
People hated it, though, I saw.
Yeah. Okay, I'm afraid because we all know what happened with me with the Bay Hive. We don't want to go there. I simply said I just wasn't familiar with Beyonce.
People will come into our comments and just write just a bunch of emojis of umbrellas.
I still have never recovered. I don't even do reality TV anymore, and my ratings still had never recovered from like 6 years ago. Anyway.
I remember I was in Brooklyn that day with my parents and Bacon Fingers when that was all happening, and I made us all sit down on like a bench in Brooklyn and like write a review for you.
Yeah, I had all my besties go and try to make me recover. Costa, hey, not that Costa on TikTok. I am obsessed with you. I love you. You're just like ASMR Costa. I love you. I adore you. What was I saying? Oh, anyway, okay, so whatever. Let's just talk about Rhianna. All right. I didn't think it was that good. Don't come after me.
I have not seen anything. I know she was wearing like some red Michael Jackson.
You saw it. Thing. That's it.
That's it.
She's pregnant. There. She's on platforms. It's a brave thing to do. I mean, I wouldn't want to be up that high. I guess I was expecting like someone else to come in or some like crazy whatever. I feel like it was probably one of those shows that you had to actually be there and then you'd be really wowed by it. But just watching it was a little underwhelming for me. Sorry.
All right.
I don't know. What do you guys think? She looks great.
But you guys were like talking on the chat, like, what is Cheryl Lee Ralph doing there? So what did she do? She sang the national anthem or something?
Yes.
Oh, she did?
There was a sign language chick that was signing Rhianna.
I saw an interview with her.
She was.
Have you ever seen that video of Renee, the Angelica from Hamilton?
Oh my God.
Renee Elise Goldberry.
Thank you. I knew it was something with a berry.
She was doing like a concert, but she was singing Satisfied, and there was a signer, and like it was the most incredible thing I've ever seen because he was keeping up with it and doing facial expressions, and it was like in a beat. It was and she like came over and was like kind of like spitting with him, and it was just like really cool. And she gave him like a whole like look at this fucking guy. It's crazy.
I love it. Do you remember all those times when the sign language people get busted that they're not actually signing at like police officer press conferences and stuff, and they'll be like,
oh no.
Oh yeah, there's been a bunch of those where they're not actually sign language interpreters.
Well, back when I used to be a really bad professional actress, they would always have like a couple days where they would like a deaf friendly show, and I would just be on stage just like watching like the person.
Like, oh, sorry.
Sorry, it's my line. Sorry. I want to see what they do with my line. I was always distracted by it.
Hey, speaking of professional theater, guess what Paige and I got down to? Oh my, okay, this might be my favorite thing ever. Sorry. Baby Got Back sign language. That is my my karaoke song, by the way, which like it's ironic because my butt is concave. So like it's a crowd pleaser. It's a hit. Oh, okay. So Paige and I are gonna go see Les Mis. And I know it triggers you, but you know, it was like one of the first shows I saw when I was younger, and it's just I love it. And now Paige loves it too. And we watched the 10th anniversary beginning to end last night.
Which is 10th anniversary?
Oh, gee, the one that you were telling me with
Cole
Quast or whatever.
And Philip Quast.
Yes. And
he's
Michael Ball.
Yeah, he's kind of a weird choice for that. But Eponine is Lea Salonga.
Yes. Oh, did you know that she also voiced and Jasmine?
And Jasmine. Well, the singing voice of Jasmine.
And Cosette is Pocahontas.
I know, and she's the whitest person on earth, so that's great. She's also in Fun Home. This is not interesting.
I loved it. People. And Jean Valjean, what's his name?
Cole Wilkinson.
I want him to just hold me. Just hold me.
Yeah,
and hug
he's a
me.
sweetie. He's like Scottish.
Just like I want Mandy Patinkin just hold me and like cook something for me.
I want to go back. I'm deaf in this ear again, but I got my steamer. I got my little steamer over here. Don't worry. Also, just I got to get out of here by 2:30 because my aunt is coming with my cousin to move my couch downstairs to the basement. Finally,
I knew it.
And I need to go out and buy him like a case of beer
on a whim. They're like, you know what? Let's just tear out the ceiling and replace it. Just like for shits and giggles.
That couch has been sitting in my living room for like a year. I want to get it down to the freaking basement, and then I can hang out in the basement.
Oh,
we got big. Daphne has big plans for the basement.
So do I.
We haven't decorated it yet. Oh yeah.
Yes, I've had like 2 contractor guys come and try to help me out. So hey guys, any Chicagoland area no, it's not bougie. This is grown up.
She's in
shit.
Talks with 2 contracts. Yeah, well, meanwhile, I have my aunt coming and helping me.
Okay, this is like everyone take a nap right now. It's to help get PMI off my mortgage because I'm still at PMI and I need to have them out to reassess. Whatever, it's grown up shit. It's boring, but anyway, yeah.
Back to the Super Bowl. Cheryl Lee Ralph, you guys are talking about like what's she doing there, and she was in the original cast of Dreamgirls. Amanda. She was Dina. She was the careful part that Beyonce played. Speaking of that, if anyone, me and Nick did an episode. It's lost forever because we deleted our Patreon without backing up our files. But we did an episode of like the top 10 Tony performances of all time. And my number 1 is the Dreamgirls performance. So everyone check it out. If you want to see like the most insanely crazy, beautiful, hysterical performance ever. It's And I Am Telling You from Dreamgirls.
You do a great job. Our friend I don't think I should be singing still that says anymore. That. No, it's beautiful.
I don't know if I'm allowed to sing it. My song in college was Daddy's Son from Ragtime, which is very much a part that is made for an African American woman, and it was like my song, and no one had any problem with it.
Okay,
it's okay that you're singing this.
I mean,
you could totally get
those in the 80s and 90s. By the way, like
this is the early 2000s. But check that one out. Check out Dreamgirls Tony performance. It's a bop. I have really quickly. I just want to show this. One of our listeners posted this in her group, and it's not getting the traction that it deserves. And it's a video of she lives in Australia. I think Vero, I think it's a girl. I don't know. But this person, they have a French bulldog that they were watching our show, and the bulldog was going nuts. And That is hilarious. That is so cute.
It's barking at Latrice. Does
Yeah,
not
'cause
like Latrice at all.
That dog is pissed.
I need that little pup around whenever Latrice comes on my behalf.
That's so funny though. I didn't know dogs could actually differentiate.
Yeah.
On screen.
Loco Vision. Oh my gosh, Loco. A great drywall guy. Lives in Utah. Well, you know what? I don't know if that's close to me, but let me take a look, because I mean, as I've said before, I'm pretty sure someone moved to Utah from the Pacific
from way
Northwest
up, from
down
up where
there.
Portland is. Yeah,
it's only like 1, 2, 3.5 or so states.
You could fly them
Close
out
enough
with your
Close
bougie
enough.
self.
Right.
Really quick. Oh, I
Rolling in the
also
dough.
this is what I've been watching all week. Abbott Elementary. Put a little screenshot here. Have you watched this at all?
Yes, I watched several episodes from the first season.
Oh, I freaking love it. Season 2 is even better. I love this show. This is so good. And
Yeah.
the best,
Yeah.
This Janelle James, Janelle, she is fucking hilarious. This is like one of the funniest people alive.
Really? Okay.
You don't think she's funny on the show? She's like the Michael Scott character, but she's not the main character. Yeah, the principal.
Okay, I know I'm the big asshole that's always comparing, like, yeah, that would never happen. Like, you know, after
because you worked in a school.
You teach, you're like, yeah, that would never happen. Oh, where's
they
class?
leave their classrooms.
They leave
their classrooms a lot to talk to each other.
And I get it. It's like a comedy. It's, they have to do that kind of stuff. But
they have a lot of like off hours. Yeah, get into it.
You know what I did not like? I started watching was Gunther's Millions. You told me, I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, Amanda, have you heard of Gunther's Millions? Oh my goodness. You didn't like it?
I watched about 15, 20 minutes. I couldn't get into it. There's a lot of subtitles and like.
Well, you hate dogs too.
No. Well, I mean, I'm terrified of German Shepherds, except my neighbor's dog, Forrest, who, you know what? Forrest was cold the other day. You were actually very proud of me. Neighbor's dog was left outside on a very, very like sub-zero day. And
I thought that was a husky.
No, Forrest is a German Shepherd. I mean, I won't touch him, but I say hi, Forrest, and he'll stop talking. But anyway, I may have submitted a non-emergency tip to the police to go and someone bring that dog inside. He was howling and
did they?
Well, a couple hours later, he was let in.
Yikes!
My neighbor Carol and I were all over it. Anyway, what were you
I got a little surprise for you. Oh, before we get on to our surprise, let's talk about what's coming up this week. After we finish recording this today, we're recording another one. We're doing an Sister Wives season 6 episode 4, Odd Wife Out. It's kind of not great, but the one after that is the Carmels, Michael.
And then soon thereafter, Robyn's secret, her purity, it was stolen. Biggest regret of her life. As she's staring right at Warren Brown.
And if you guys notice, I also made the banners purple today for Robyn.
You are such a purple girl.
That purple room, guys. This room on the other side of this wall. This week, so we have Buffy, and then on TRP and Tier 1 of Love to Hate TV, we have Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Body, which anyone who watches it knows. They know. And I guess that's it. But here's my little surprise for you. I don't know why I was looking at this, but I was searching Twitter messages. I don't know. I think maybe I was talking to Corey and Carly. Oh, also, by the way, guys, here we go. We're going on Corey and Carly's podcast in a couple of weeks, Surviving Sister Wives.
Yeah.
We're doing, which episode is? Oh, the one where Robyn gives birth to Areola, and her parents are seated like the peanut gallery in front of her.
In the splash zone. Yeah.
In the splash zone. And then her water breaks into Kody's face, and it's pretty fucking funny. But anyway, let's check that out. And that airs February 8th, I think. And we're recording it a couple weeks. But I was looking through for some reason, and then I was like, I wonder if I still have our original conversations between me and Jody on Twitter. And I found them.
Oh, no, I can't look. I can't
look at
look,
this,
babe.
Well, I'm going to read them. Okay,
Oh
so
my gosh, this is oh gosh.
David, I was gonna have it
Okay.
up on my phone, but now I need to like really use my eyesight.
This is
me. Okay,
weird.
but this is really funny though, because
Okay.
you clearly were like, yeah, hi, like, go.
I was?
You were nice. Let's go through this. So March
Okay.
13th, 2018. I said, so that was almost what, 5 years ago?
Oh my God.
To the date almost. Hello, this is me. Just wanted to say hi and thank you for your podcast. I've had a podcast and still do for about 3 years. God, I've been doing this too long. For about 3 years about Drag Race. And the past week I decided to go solo and do a podcast about Teen Mom recaps. I'm not trying to come for any of you guys that have existing podcasts. I'm actually going to start back at the very beginning and go from season 1, episode 1 of each season and work from there. But I really do owe a lot to your podcast because I love your style and rhythm and humor and candidness. Happy face. Seriously. Not looking for anything other than just to say hi. So I sent that at 1:00 p.m. Okay. So Jody gets back to me 3 hours later, which is fine. That's a
You're
good amount of time.
sweet. Thanks so much. I can't wait to listen to your pod. So much to unpack with these girls. God, this is so cringy. I hate this.
Oh no, wait, now I've lost some of these. Shit, I've lost some of them. Hang on, tap dance for a second because it gets funnier and funnier. Because you were totally just like
about. And after that season ends, I'm blowing into.
No, don't worry about that. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna take this off. So then April 13th now. So I've waited about a couple weeks. Oh no. Yes, I waited about a week and then I wrote back to you. The best moment of my week was seeing that you're recapping Jersey Shore. Thank God for you.
Doing
LOL.
that.
You did like an episode where like you talked about Jersey Shore, like family reunion,
okay,
like episode 1, and I loved it, obviously, because I decided to reach out to you. And then I said, also, I used to really like Amber, but my God, she really is the most useless person in the world. I said that at 9 a.m. on April 13th. Jody gets back to me at 4 p.m. You got a solid. This is the time I'm going to respond to Twitter. 4 p.m. on the dot. Haha, love Jersey Shore. And yeah, I thought Amber was doing well, but damn, she's crazy now. No punctuation.
I said that?
Like, okay, you said that.
Oh, Jesus.
I
hate this, babe. I hate this.
So then,
okay.
So then, okay, so that was what? That was April 13th, right? June 30th. And remember, in my very first message, I was like, I'm not asking for anything. I just wanted to let you know. So now I'm like, hey, girl, I'm wondering if you would want to collab with me for an episode of my pod. I'm currently recapping season 1 of Teen Mom 2, the credit card stealing episode, LOL. And then after that season ends, I'm blowing into season 1 of OG, thinking it might be fun to have you as a guest. Pick literally any episode you want. Also, no pressure. I know a lot of my listeners love you as well, so it might be a fun time. And then that was June 30th. Jody writes me back 10:31 on July 2nd.
Okay,
you had to kind
2
of
days later.
Well, you were.
You know why? Because July 1st is my anniversary.
Oh. Yeah, you were like doing some spectacular
busy.
Oh, so busy. So, and you wrote yes, 2 exclamation points. Of course, 2 exclamation points. I am so crazy busy this week, which is such a classic Jody.
Well, it is.
I know you are crazy busy.
4th of July, and it's my mom's birthday, and we always do like a birthday / 4th of July, and I host. So it's true.
Okay, so you did actually. Well, that's nice. Maybe you actually did want to do this. I'm so crazy busy this week and next, but let me know anytime after that, and I'll make sure I study up. Happy face. Thanks for asking. Can't wait. And then it all began.
Oh, babe.
That's kind of cute, though. But you can tell that we're both just being very polite. And I was like, oh my God, like, please, like, I do not think that I want anything from you. And then a month later, I'm like, do you want to do a collab with me? Which is pretty ballsy because, like, it's kind of ballsy as a new podcast to ask, like, a very well-established person to kind of, that you don't know, to guest with you. And I was shocked you said yes.
Yeah. This is Danielle. This is like reading old love letters from the war.
Well, anyway,
It's like text messages between blind date or something. Ooh,
Yeah, I
cringe.
know. And then also like you guys can oh no, you can't hear it. I need
What?
you know what? I think I'm just going to with our next payout, I think I'm just gonna re-up my WordPress account and get Teen Mom back on. Get the episodes put back on. It's much easier than like is it worth $300? Is it worth $300 to not have to download 100 episodes and then re-upload them somewhere else? I think it's worth $300.
Sure.
Okay, so let's do that. But then once I put those up, you guys can hear our very first episode together. We talked for about 5 seconds before we hit record, and we were instant chemistry.
Just one look,
it was
and I felt so hot. I'm not gonna sing, babe. I'm not gonna sing.
Costa said you were courting Jody hard, Amanda. Oh, I was wooing her, and she was coming.
It was like a little dance,
a little tete-a-tete, if you will.
Oh my God.
So I thought that'd be fun. What else? When I introduced you to Sister Wives,
I mean, actually, that's 2 hard bad takes you had. Number one, you were like, I used to like Amber, but like,
yeah, I don't
like
can't
something's
believe
going
I said
on with
that.
her. Cut to hatchet in the door. Also, you thought Meri was fun. You liked Meri. And when I brought up the wet bar, you thought I was going too hard for her. You're like, so she likes the wet bar.
I think you are overreacting a bit about the wet bar. People are way too mad about that. She likes to entertain, Jody.
Okay. I mean, one could only make so many crudité cups, right? With the carrots and celery and the ranch and the little cups.
Ooh, someone just said we look like supermodels today. They both look like supermodels today. The full Kardashian glam is in full effect. Oh my goodness. Wait, because there's going to be a costume change coming up later. Okay. You don't know. No one needs to pay for these episodes. I will. These episodes or my episodes, whatever. I'll get that.
We'll figure it out.
I'll get WordPress back up. Original Twitter messages. Got that. I watched Beaches this week. I cried like a bébé.
Yeah. I dare someone to watch Beaches and not cry. Same thing with Steel Magnolias. That's going to get me every time.
Yeah. And it just watching it, I'm like, you really do look like Bette Midler.
I hate
like,
you.
not in a bad way. I love Bette Midler. She's got like the coolest face.
Cool. Okay. I'm just going to record the rest of the episode like this. Thanks.
I don't think people are going to like that, babe. We got Meri with the banana in her mouth. Just come back. Look, you people tell you how pretty you are all the time. But just watching it really is
interesting face. Good.
I have an interesting face too.
My dad used to say when I was younger, there was a movie in the 80s. I believe it had either 80s or very early 90s with Helen Hunt, one of her breakout movies, and it was called The Quarterback Princess. Anyone seen it? And my dad used to say, I looked like Helen Hunt in The Quarterback Princess.
That's another handsome woman.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah. What every little girl aspires her father to tell her that she looks like.
I was in the show in New York, the one where I played the Susan Smith that ran her kids into the river in the car. Remember that?
Yeah.
I played her, and in front of the entire cast, the guy that I had to make out with on stage said, Amanda, you have like one of the best voices in the world. It's just like so unfortunate that like your face doesn't match your voice. He's like, because you should be like an ingenue, but like you're not. And like he just kept going, and like people in the cast had to be like, you need to stop. Because I was just like,
stop now.
You just shut the fuck up. He's like, I didn't mean it like that. I'm like, how else am I supposed to take that?
God.
Fuck you. And also my voice does match my face, so fuck off. I'm a character actress. Okay, I want to talk about this Tubi commercial. Have you heard of this? You hear this?
Oh, I heard
about this
during the Super Bowl, but I think I was switching the laundry over when it came on.
There's a Tubi commercial that like made it seem like it was going back to the Super Bowl, and then it goes into as if somebody
like turned off or something.
It like goes into the Tubi and scrolls down, and then it like clicks on Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and it just showed all these videos of people like watching this and being like, who has the remote? Who's doing this? And then I saw like something on TikTok that was like dads were like throwing TVs out the window. Dads, like men were, and apparently during the Super Bowl, like domestic violence rates go up because men get so freaking crazy about this kind of shit. But like all these men were like, there was like all these stories of just like crazy shit happening. Can you imagine caring about anything that much?
At the height of my Hamilton obsession, I probably would have gotten pretty upset if someone cut that out.
Or a new episode of Sister Wives.
Oh, okay. Well, now we're talking. Imagine when Kody started doing his like a knife in the kidneys, waist.
Gwendolyn's watching that next week. The one for this, that like the first half of that conversation where he's like still being a dick. Gwendolyn's pissed and she's like, "Yeah, I don't like my dad. I don't like
yeah, who does?
None of your kids like you." But we'll talk about that more when we get to Sister Wives gossip. Hi, Maria Colley. Thank you.
Well, should we kind of just talk about, Valentine's Day?
Sure. What do we do on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, what did you do?
Oh man, I had the best, most romantic day. Yeah. I don't think I did anything. We recorded an episode of.
Oh yeah, we did. Right.
We recorded. What did we record? It was something we were watching along. What did we do last week for TRP? Oh, Danielle and Mohammed.
Like I should.
Yeah, no, we were doing Danielle and Mohammed, 90-day journey.
Right. Oh, and he wouldn't kiss her on their wedding day because it was against his religion, and we looked it up, and apparently it's fine. It's okay as long as it's after dark.
Well, it wasn't dark, so I guess he was kind of right.
Right.
So that's what I did on Valentine's Day.
Normally I go and get a Portillo's chocolate cake. They make like heart-shaped ones, but I forgot this year. Portillo's chocolate cake is a big hit with the daughter, but there was someone who had a great Valentine's Day, and that would be
what a segue
the
again.
one Christine Joy Brown. I wonder what's her middle name. Do we know?
Meri. I feel like everyone's middle name is Meri.
Okay.
By the way, speaking of Valentine's Day, Howie wishes everyone
no, God, that thing just like someone kick it back into the ocean. Jesus.
It was Corn Day the other day.
At this point, just cook it. I don't know.
We got good old Christine here. She announced
he gives me adopting adults, Brooks from Real Housewives of OC vibes. Call me a cynic. His
daughter is on TikTok and she's been like talking about it. His daughter. And she says that he's like the best dad and grandpa in the world. So
okay. There's a lot of him already, and I don't want him to enjoy it and slip into like, let's say like a Seth Marks from Real Housewives,
right? Or like a Matt Baer, Cole DeBoer.
They enjoy it a little too much. But listen, I'm happy she's getting some.
Show. Oh yeah, but I think she's like was like, you need to be on the show because I need to rub this all. Like, I am totally up for her rubbing I want her to be as immature as possible. Do it, girl. You never got a chance to be petty like this.
Yeah.
And now you get to have your 20-year-old petty wipe it in your face, I'm doing better now thing.
And they're officially divorced. I mean, I think it's safe to say, right? She's officially divorced now.
Do you want to? Oh, for sure. Do you want to address this comment here?
Okay, so Farm Girl Nurse Doc asks if Amanda and I have ever met in person, or is this a long distance love affair? Well, it started long distance. We've seen each other in person.
We've had a successful long distance relationship
and exchanged more bodily fluids than I have with my own children.
Which you can watch.
You wanted us to do the one chip challenge. Is it on Patreon or no? It's in our
it's on our Facebook group. Yeah, if you just search our videos on Facebook.
And it was a little spicy, a little hot,
a little uncomfortable for about 30 entire minutes.
Actually, bringing this full circle, the kids had Portillo's, and for some reason they brought back a vanilla shake. And that
for me, like, because I was there, and like they're like, well, we'll go out and we'll get you ladies food, and you're like, well, you should.
I was like, Portillo's. You got to try one of their hot dogs. You have to.
Right. And they just then Paige handed us this extra large vanilla milkshake, and we're like, I didn't ask for this.
And who orders a vanilla milkshake? Bye-bye. Leave.
And She saved the day.
Oh, height of COVID. And Amanda and I were basically like doing the arm in arm, like at a wedding, like slurping up vanilla milkshake. It was disgusting.
And I'm not like so much of a germaphobe, but we all know how much of a germaphobe Jody is. She's like a psycho, and like she did not care. It did not matter.
Oh, no.
We were sharing so much that, so you guys can check that out on our Facebook group.
It was like
also join our
hour. It was a 3-hour rendezvous, and then you kept on your drive to Canada.
Yeah, and here I am. Thank God. What else here? Oh, so Christine. Let's get back onto Christine. Oh, wait. So let's read this. I finally found the love of my life. Yes, David. That's how we decided she's going to say it.
David.
The first time he held me close, it felt like my soul took its first breath. He's wonderful and kind, incredible with my children, another slight to Kody, and an adorable grandpa, another slight to Kody. I never dreamed I could find a love like this, another slight to Kody. Hashtag blessed, hashtag soulmate, another slight to Kody. Hashtag feeling good. Then she posted this one. This is a knife in the kidneys right here.
Oh yeah.
A picture of her and David holding the twins, not Avalon's twins, McKelty's twins, on the couch. Which, oh God, this must. The
one that's in Christine's lap is just straight Tony.
They're both dolls, I think, these babies.
The baby alive dolls, yeah.
Babies. But me and Jody have discussed this, but she could have cut off the picture like on the top of their heads, but she definitely wanted, like, make sure you get the film crew behind us there, so Kody knows that David is going to be on season 18. I cannot fucking wait. Christine is doing the work.
Oh my gosh. Wait, put that back
up.
Oh
yeah, no, I saw.
Great comment. His hand is right by
her vagina. It's right up there.
Thigh. It's gonna be warm right there. Ooh.
Well, yeah. A little damp. What else? What's this? Oh, and then this too. Just he looks nice, but he looks like my Uncle Bill, so I can't dislike him.
Yeah. I'm just cautious for her. That's all. I'm a little and only because if they break up, it's going to be even harder because he's been all over, and that's going to bring joy to Kody, which I don't like. How do you think Kody and Robyn celebrate Valentine's Day?
They order in Olive Garden, probably.
Just like,
I just the image of her in that Cleopatra outfit, I can't get out of my head. Just like it was like. It looked like this is what depression looks like.
Ugh.
Like, not that she even looks, well, yes, she does look depressed, but like if depression like could have a figure, it would be Robyn in her Cleopatra outfit. Hi kids. Happy Halloween. And then Christine posted this really cute picture too. I love it. It's so cute.
I hate you. I hate you.
I found out how she attaches the hat. She does it with just a piece of Scotch tape.
Just someone eat that thing already. God.
Howie. And then did we show this last week? We need to talk about this. So somebody superimposed David into Christine's picture that Kody was taken out of to be in Robyn's. She created a memory that didn't exist.
I love this.
Now it does. One of our listeners has offered to create a memory of Bebe Amanda and Bebe Jody sitting on Kody's lap
holding us
with Kody. Yeah, and I cannot fucking wait. So we submitted our pictures.
Who's gonna be dating with the thumbs up?
Yeah, no, we need a third person there.
Latrice.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
Just staring staring down the camera.
Let's go in. Oh, no, I wanted to talk about what is your okay, Julie, I don't have time to talk about my criminal friend that was in jail for having sex with her student right now.
Oh,
asking about that. Oh, that got us. That was the one episode we had to like edit out a whole section of shit. Yeah, we thought that was
somehow I got interpreted that you are pro. I'm not even gonna say it because it's gonna get this video flagged.
Teacher student.
Not.
Yeah. All right. I just want to promote this one TikTok account. It's called Best Fetch Dog, and he does this series called What Would a White Lady Do? And it is
Oh,
so fucking
yes.
funny.
I've
It
subscribed
just
to him for probably a year or two. He's
every
really
time I
funny.
see one, I fall for it because he'll show a little video first of like an animal, like a cougar walking in, like walking into a restaurant and like mingling with the tables, and I'm always like, oh, that's so cute. And then he pops up and he's like, a white woman would be all over that cat, being like, oh, here, kitty, kitty. And
Yep.
it's so true. And I'm just, am I that basic? Because every single thing is, yeah, that's exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's like an
Yeah,
owl
because you
stuck in
love
a fence, and
animals,
I
yeah.
would be there like trying to get the owl out, even though it's going to murder me. I would do all of it.
Oh, no, I don't deal with winged creatures.
Well, I don't love wing. Well, I mean, the owl killed the staircase.
Okay, that's
The
a
owl.
really
I
cute
believe in the owl
conspiracy
theory.
theory that you have, but Michael Peterson absolutely did it. He
Yeah,
just
that was the
happens to
owl.
have 2 wives that accidentally fall down the stairs and have
Hey, the first one wasn't his wife; it was
crazy
his friend's
injuries.
wife, and then he adopted
Actually,
her
you
kids.
know what I am super like, I'm so into it is the Murdaugh trial. Murdaugh.
Yeah, that's next on my
Oh,
docket now that I finished Abbott Elementary Geology.
okay, watch the Murdaugh, what is it on Netflix? The
There's 2.
Murdaugh
There's one on Netflix, I think, or one on Discovery Plus, and one on HBO Max.
HBO Max, that one. Ooh, it's
Okay.
so good. And it's currently Court TV 24/7 coverage, almost like the Johnny Depp
Whoa.
thing.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
put it on
yeah.
our list for next week.
He's going all the way down. I mean, this guy is what a piece of garbage. I hate him. But it's great TV watching.
Do you want to do party questions?
Yeah, we'll do party questions, and then I think we need to take a little trip to the Instagram of the
Thank you.
Brown
I was just gonna say that. We keep forgetting to do that. So I'm gonna pull that
family.
up.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of owls, I will go to, I didn't mark this one down, but I know it is one. So how many owls would you need to see in a day before you start wondering if something's up? Because how often do you like really see an owl? Like, I think 1, you're like, oh, an owl.
Yeah, not
2,
out in
you're
the
like,
wild,
oh, that's
I
weird.
guess.
For me, it'd be 3.
For me, it might be 2.
Like,
I don't see it. You don't see owls. Well, are they nocturnal?
Yeah.
They are, right?
I see like 1, I'd be like, oh, there's an owl. And then if I saw a second one, I'd be like, oh, now I'm just like tuning into seeing owls. Like, oh, I never noticed that I wasn't seeing owls. But a third one, I don't know.
I love an owl. I've held an owl on my arm.
That, like, I don't know. That's really ballsy.
They're cute.
No,
Just
winged
domesticate.
creatures, like there's some, they don't like me. Actually, I had to scoop up a dead bird in the snow the other day.
Oh, I would
I know.
never.
I was out there getting dog poop, and I was like, Scout's sniffing around, and I saw
I
like
think
a
I would
little
pass
feather,
out.
and I'm like, "Bleh." Okay, I might
No,
have just flung it into the neighbor's yard
Yeah, that I wouldn't even deal
with
with
like the
it.
pooper scooper. I
I
was
would
like,
just have to.
"Fa-ding!" And I flung it.
I remember when I lived with Nick and my other roommate Carissa in New York. Me and Carissa opened the utensil drawer or something, and there was this huge cockroach crawling around in there. And we slammed the door and we screamed bloody murder. And we're texting Nick. We're like, Nick, this is your job. You're the boy. You have to come do this. And he comes home. And he's like, oh, I got this. You got. Or no, that wasn't even it. That was a different time. There was a dead cockroach on the ground, and neither of us just wanted to pick it up. And Nick's like, you guys are such pussies. Like, come on, women. And then he said that his knees buckled and he almost passed out as he was reaching down to get it. Got away from himself there.
Oh, I would just take the entire drawer itself and just throw it in the garbage can.
Toss it out the window.
Yeah, whatever. We're not getting our security deposit back, and we're getting all new cutlery. Nope.
That's awful.
Absolutely not.
I have a party question.
Oh, okay.
I thought of this at the grocery store. What's something at the grocery store? So you have a list of all your groceries, but
Absolutely.
What's an item that, like, if it happens to catch your eye, you're going to put in your cart no matter what, especially if it's on sale. Like, it's not on you never have this on your list, but if you see it, you're like, okay, no, I'm getting this.
Oh, that's a tough one. Immediately just in my mind.
Salad. A side salad.
up.
A
Shut up.
pre-prepared side salad.
Although I do have to say, Jet's Pizza has a really good salad with their ranch. But I
I had a
also eat
Caesar
the
salad
pizza,
for breakfast,
clearly.
actually.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Mhm.
Immediately my mind goes like pastries, like punchkis or like a
Ah.
but I have passed them up because I will eat the entire box because I have, what's it called? Like food issues.
Oh, yeah. What's that like?
Yeah.
I don't ever venture into the bakery section ever.
That's right, because she doesn't like sweets.
Well, also, like if I go to the store and I'm hungry or I'm stoned, I cannot like if I go there, it's over. It's over.
Yeah. Oh god, well, give me yours and then, I think.
Okay, mine will always be craft dinner. If craft dinner is like even on sale, like it's going in the car. If I just pass by the craft dinner, at least 3 are going in my car.
Really? I've never
Yeah.
really been a huge mac and cheese person.
My other one is
Mm.
the laughing cow cheeses.
Is that the red circle or is that the
No, that's
triangle?
Baby Bell, which I also do
Those
like.
are
But
expensive. That's
yeah,
like
it's the
rich kid shit.
triangles. The
Okay, do you
triangles.
spread it on something or do you just open that and just
I just
pop it
hop.
in?
I do lots of stuff with them, but sometimes I just, especially the jalapeno ones. Those are so freaking good. Yeah,
Oh,
you
I've
can use
never
them kind
heard
of
of
as
that.
cream cheese, but it's like low in calories. Probably not if you eat the whole circle like I do, but anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I wanna say like I will say, like, listen, if they ever have the, is it Boar's Head? Or is it the Kretschmeyer or something? It's like the maple honey turkey. If that is
Oh,
on
okay.
sale, it's really good because that shit is expensive. Why is lunch meat so expensive?
It's
I
way more
hate
expensive
it.
here, babe.
God, it's terrible. Um, oof. God, I don't know. Like I'm a sweets person, so I'm gonna say probably like a pastry sort of thing.
All right. Yeah. Actually, the other day I walked by a little I was in the bakery
Donuts.
section because I was getting fresh bagels, but I walked by like these little prepackaged little mini key lime pies, and I bought one of those, and it was fucking
Oh,
good.
Whole Foods has some really good, like, bougie little pastry sort of things. Those are really good. A Polish loaf. Ooh, what is
I
a
don't know what that
Polish
is.
loaf? Interesting.
Polish loaf.
Oh, Entenmann's mini brownies. Oh, do you remember the Entenmann's? They were fat-free cookies. There was,
Oh
like,
yeah.
an
Same with
oatmeal
snack balls.
raisin one. Oh, I would eat the whole fucking box. My dad was into that. Um Okay, so I have another question for you.
Oh wait, Tia says, Amanda,
Oh,
how
go
much
for
are
it.
your eggs? They're like $5, $6, $7. In the States, they're like $1.88.
Ooh, this is an interesting one. Trader Joe's garlic and jalapeno stuffed
Olives
olives.
is another one for me. Olives. I fucking love
Really?
olives so much. I can't buy them anymore because they're so salty that I'll eat the whole thing, and like the salt is probably not great for me.
I recently just went to Trader Joe's. I really never would go there because no one in my family likes it, but they have some fun stuff. They have some really good stuff. Oh,
All
veal
right.
loaf lunch meat. Interesting. Okay. If you could share one of your memories with anyone you wanted to, and they would get to experience it just like you did, which memory would you share?
My me breaking the chair on Thanksgiving. Wait, do we want like a good memory or not? I want you to experience that because you laughed at me so hard
Oh,
with
I do too. It just hit right that day, just you telling that story of holding that plate and just
because
sitting down the
it had
table.
never been discussed, even between me and Brad, who witnessed it. It was
I love
not
it.
discussed I'm sure it was discussed by everyone at the party after I finally left, but I had never spoken that truth before. Um, Good memory? Do you want like
Yeah.
a good memory or bad
Yeah,
memory?
yeah.
No, I don't want to say a good memory.
Okay. I'm
Well,
torn
it'll just come
between
off as.
2. I have
Are you
one
giving me a good
absolutely
memory or a bad one?
both of them good. Both of them good.
Oh,
I don't
I
wanna
will give you a
relive
good.
any bad memories.
I won this like competition in college. Like this Jerry Herman came to town, and Paige
Okay.
O'Hara was there. Paige O'Hara is the voice of Belle, and
Obviously.
uh, and Karen Morrow. then another guy, Jason Graw. God, I can't even believe I remember this. And Jerry Herman's like orchestrator, like forever, was there, and I won that competition. That was cool.
Oh.
And I got to sing in a concert with them. That was cool. That was a good memory.
Were your parents there?
My mom flew out to see, this is where it gets bad. My mom flew out to see it, and at that point there was no video on cell phones, so
Okay.
I had her. I gave her like my camcorder, and then she like fucked it up, and then I yelled at her afterward, and I still feel bad to this day because I was like, I wanted that. I was like, you gotta hide it, and she did the Meri Brown thing where you turn it off by accident and then you record everything else, and I was such a bitch about it, and I like still feel bad. Like I feel horrible about it.
Oh, that's really sad. Jean's happiest memory is being on the pod opening her package from Robyn.
That might be one of my happiest memories too.
That was amazing. God.
All right, what are yours?
One for sure. And I remember in the moment thinking, I will never be able to explain this to someone. They have to be able to see this themselves, was when I was in Africa. And we were in Ngorongoro Crater, which is like its own ecosystem. It was like a caldera, so like a volcano that just collapsed down in on itself like thousands of years ago. And you go down into it, and it's like you're on safari, but it's just this like contained thing. And when you look up, I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost like a foggy, like a watercolor painting of like browns to pinks to oranges to yellow to the sky. And it's just like, there's no way. Like I have a photo of it, but it was like, it almost looked like it was going to be like the Truman Show. Like someone was going to be like, bloop, and it was just going to like roll up. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. That, and then any time that you're going to be like, oh, you're going to hate this, but like anytime I've given, like anytime that I've given birth.
You want me to experience that?
A baby being born in that room, like there's nothing else like it. It's just
I always cry when I see
the meaning of life. You know the meaning of life.
Yeah.
Like this baby, this love is just overwhelming. And like especially my first Suro baby, like just seeing the dads. I remember just like looking over and them bawling and wording, thank you, and then them just holding their little girl for the first time.
And during the labor, were you like, ooh.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to play it? Actually, we do. I did have video of that one.
I think it's time.
It's time.
It's time. This is Jody in labor.
Yeah, and it was. This was my only labor where the epidural didn't take, so I got to feel everything all the way down. Okay.
Hey, Billy Bowen got a new job. You rage quit your other job? Wow. Whatever what that's like. So I didn't rage quit my job. I coward quit my job. I just,
oh my God,
it's not happening.
Wait,
did you delete it?
No, thank God. Thank God. Thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Behind, right here. Is this where you
Kody makes it so much worse.
I can't when he's like, oh, right
Gross.
here, you want to be here.
I love that we're going on Surviving Sister Wives to do her second birth, where she does not make a noise because she definitely watched that first one and was like, ugh, not gonna do that again.
I don't like Robyn's birth sounds.
No, babe. Are we ready for our Sister Wives section here?
Yeah, let's talk about some Instagram comments here.
Oh yeah, shit, I was supposed to get that up, but let me.
It's a good little segue.
Whoops, what am I doing? I just want to get our background. Here. Yeah, I got a background here. There we go. Look at that. All right.
Now I have BM and the PM in my head. Oh, purple girl. It's a purple girl.
Oh, it's a purple day. It's a purple day.
Robyn loves her purple.
Oh, Christine just posted something. Yeah, I'll do Kody.
Oh,
Kody
okay.
Quinn.
Quinn.
Okay, I haven't looked at these in a while, actually. 7 hours ago was the most recent. Why should any person in the whole world respect a goofball? You wonder why your kids and ex-wives don't respect you. That's obvious for people all around the world. You have double standards and you are totally crazy. No one can ever respect you. Respect comes from deep within. You earn it, but you don't earn it. And that's why you scream and show your real and pure narcissistic face. Sorry about your kids having the sad and bad father. Take care of you all. Respect for the kids and this is again, stream of consciousness, these people. Take care of you all. Respect for the kids and ex-wives that act cool with good behavior and normal emotions, even if you, Kody, go all over the line. You are not a man that earn respect, and people all around the world see and notice this. Love from Sweden. Love from Sweden, heart.
Love from Sweden.
Okay, people just get so mad and they just start they're fucking pissed.
Okay, well, first of all, on Robyn's 1 minute ago, need to remove sister wife from your description of who you are. Also, Robbie Green 95, we see you. Jody and Amanda.
God damn it.
Jody and Amanda. Okay, newsflash, a God-loving woman doesn't steal money from her sister wives, so do the right thing and give the money back.
Come on, guy. Hi, Justine. Justine's here. Wow, it's really over for Kody. Christine has moved on with another man, and soon Janelle and Meri. I'm kind of sad because the family seemed so happy until Robyn entered the picture. Okay, this is somebody who's watching the show for the very first time, and they think they're giving some hot takes.
Yep.
But in episodes you could see that Christine was gaining independence, and you could really tell that she wanted a real marriage with the marriage license, and that's just how that comment ends.
You better give these women back their money, sick witch.
See, people are a lot more eloquent with Kody.
The world hates you, Robyn. You need to leave that guy and start over. While Two Broke Browns is being filmed, do you think you could stop fake crying? Jesus Christ, you cry more than a newborn baby. You're actually embarrassing and no one likes you or that balding thing you're married to. Get off people's TV screens and go live your sad lives away from everyone else.
1 week ago, Deb T. Hare wrote, "Don't you need to get your finances in order before you bring in a new wife? That includes paying back Meri and Janelle for your house."
Wow. I mean, there's a lot of give back Janelle her money.
Oh yeah, there's tons of that. With Kody, it's mostly just people trolling him about Christine's new man.
Okay, hold on. This is really good. Lynn's Michelle 261 5 days ago. Herpy queen. Says herpy queen.
Yes, that is true. You make me sick. You and Robyn. It's a different, just to specify, you and Robyn.
Okay.
You are so full of yourselves. FS. Throwing up emoji. What does the nanny do? Laughing, crying emoji. You're, not spelled correctly, both a joke. Robyn, get a job.
Robyn.
There's a J in there. There's a little J that wandered in there.
Oh, wow. Melly Sonder is, she's lit. Sobbin Brown, family saboteur. I hope we never hear your voice or see your Minecraft face again. You're the fakest ever. You should start advocating for the devil and how to destroy families instead of this fakery. You're so disgusting. I hope the other wives sue you for all the money you have stolen. You and Kody deserves poverty. Wow.
You guys, when you write a comment, you can kind of look it over a couple of times just to make sure there were no, grammatical insane. Yeah, take a deep breath.
These are the same people who leave us comments, who leave us reviews on.
I'm not looking at them anymore.
Don't read them, babe. Don't read them, babe.
Now that we have a lot more people. Okay, I'm gonna do a little costume change. Again, I'm a professional actress, retired, so I'm good at a costume change. It's a quick change. I won't be able to hear you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna change
just
into
tap dance for a second.
Yeah. So I'm gonna change into mine, which Amanda so aptly. Okay, I didn't realize I still have the button in the little plastic baggie that's connected to the coat. Amanda did just call this my trusty Janelle, which if there's any adjective to describe Janelle, it's going to be trusty. So we're just going to go with the classic trusty Janelle because you can't go wrong. We got boot lamp going. Oh, there's a little tussle going on, little backstage. I can't wait for this. I have no idea what she's doing, but Gotta tell you guys, I mean, this is really good. This has been bundled up. You don't need to iron. Oh, Robyn, your necklace. Do you have a sassy big purse?
I don't, but I do have.
Can you brush the curls all the way in?
The prestige.
Where did you find that white headband?
The necklace looks. This is like one of the ugliest necklaces I own, and I used to.
Well, you have to be careful because Solinari, they'll grab at it when they're sucking on your boobs.
Oh no! I went to Value Village, which is Savers, basically yesterday, and I went, and they just have like this rack of like Ziploc bags with assorted. It's kind of just like a grab bag, and there was like 5 headbands in them that like all had fabric around them. So I took them home and I tore them all apart. And the very last one, the underside was white.
You crafted that.
I did while watching Abbott Elementary.
I mean,
me not having a job is good.
Dare I say that's actually a Janelle move? Just a very frugal Janelle move. Like, let's just take the fabric off of this. Yeah, again, I really love your comment about trusty Janelle. That really it's just her. No one is more trusty than Janelle.
So I feel like I need to let's.
And again, it's
curls.
I think trusty Janelle could be an adjective or a noun.
Yeah,
trusty
for sure.
Janelle. Yeah. Hey guys, everyone, smash that like.
Yeah, and hit the subscribe button, please.
Yes.
Please. Yeah, this headband is actually really comfy too. It's not crushing my head. It's like you can kind of like mess with it. So
I think white is your power color, by the way.
Maybe, but this is Robyn, and there's going to be different versions of Robyn as we go through the chapters. I think I'll end with Blazer Robyn.
Oh, she's a businesswoman.
Yeah, like I gotta do like a week where I do like a long sleeved tee with a tank top over top. Like there's so many options.
Yeah, true. I'm just gonna go with trusty Janelle if that's okay.
Yeah, fine. You can always be Janelle.
Okay.
No one's taking that away from you.
You are a little like Brittany. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Should I take the necklace off? I feel like the necklace is making it too stylish. She was very plain in that first episode.
She liked to incorporate jewelry. Put your jewelry on.
Okay, my jewelry. Okay, here we go.
Okay, Mrs. Kaczynski. Ms.
All right.
Kaczynski.
So obviously I'm reading.
Sorry, this isn't my power color. I'm apologizing to your mom.
Oh no, I love that color on you. White is
Daphne doesn't approve though.
Daphne, yes, everyone hit the Kevin McMichael. Hello, Kevin. Kevin. He says everyone must hit the like for the headband. Yes, I put in some effort over here.
And you could even do a ponytail. Robyn would do like a little ponytail.
I was thinking that too. And like Justine or Julie, one of them suggested that I have to go as hip hop Robyn one day. And that's just a white t-shirt with a white hat.
Oh, I thought it was a stripe. Why am I feeling like a striped short sleeve polo?
See, I thought it was a polo too. And then I looked it up and it's just a white like V t-shirt. V-neck.
It has a short sleeve, like Aeropostale energy to the video.
It looks like it should be a polo.
Yeah.
It's like it's the Mandela effect on that. Okay. All right, are you ready here?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, we're on page 64. Robyn and Kody.
Just wait till we get to page 69.
Uh-oh.
You remember that moment?
Yep.
Where they were building the boat?
It's like, of course. Like, oh my God, you guys are so cool. All right, Robyn. Okay, this actually didn't turn out as bad as I was like, I don't know how this is going to work with my hair. Okay. I don't really want to do a Robyn voice because it'll just be too boring. So I was raised in a polygamist family in southern Utah. My mother was my father's second wife. They had a truly wonderful marriage, a honeymoon experience that lasted for years.
That's a drinking game, guys. I should have gotten a drink. Anytime we hear honeymoon marriage, drink.
So my father was her mother was my father's second wife. My mother was my father's second wife. So when she says her father, is she talking about her stepfather or her real father?
I think her stepdad, who's in the splash zone. Splash zone,
of course.
daddy.
Well, and also he had his camera like up her vagina when she gave birth to Saul. Their relationship was sweet, loving, and respectful. They put their family and their happiness in front of any petty grievance that might crop up. I was determined not to marry unless I could find the same kind of relationship. Okay, girl.
Sure.
Also, how blissful must this have been? I mean, come on. Her mom is another handsome woman.
Well, and I think it's been talked about. Her mom never lived with the first wife. So her mom was almost like the mistress. So yeah, it's going to be like a honeymoon blissful thing when you don't really have a sister wife.
I grew up knowing that accepting the doctrine of plural marriage was entirely up to me. It was something I considered deeply and carefully. Robyn, you've never had a deep or careful thought in your life. I prayed and contemplated. She has a thesaurus next to her for her.
Contemplated, sure.
Contemplated. Until I received a testimony, Kody, which is to say, until I knew without question that I was going to live the principle of plural marriage. I got married at 21 to a fellow member of my faith. Oh, we're leaving out a little chunk there where you got pregnant as a teen. Or did she get pregnant when she was... Yeah, she's downplaying this. Okay, I got married at 21 to a fellow member of my faith. He was from a well-regarded family in our community, Kody. Despite the fact that my then husband's family members were spiritual leaders, our marriage was not solid. We struggled right from the start because she probably took all their honeymoon money and like it got lost somehow.
Right.
I don't know what happened to it, David. Is her first husband's name David? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, like Christine's new man.
That's where they got Dayton.
Yeah, even though Dayton goes by David now.
Right.
I was the first wife. You were the only wife, bitch. But shortly after my son was born, I knew without a doubt that I wanted to have sister wives. Unfortunately, my
because
marriage...
you didn't want to raise your kid on your own. You realized like, oh, this is kind of hard parenting.
And you don't have money for the nanny.
You don't actually parent.
And none of her siblings or like nieces are old enough yet to come move in with her as a live-in nanny. Unfortunately, my marriage didn't last long enough to bring a second wife into our family. They were married like 9 years. Kody had all three wives within like 2 years, 3 years.
She tried so hard though.
Oh, she wanted it so bad. They just couldn't find the right person, Jody.
Yes.
She's such a bitch. I tried my hardest to make the marriage work, both for our own sake and for the sake of the 3 children my ex-husband and I had together. But what started off as unstable, disintegrated into something destructive. After 7.5 years of marriage, we separated. So yeah, almost 8 years. This wasn't enough time to get a second wife. Mm-hmm. Right. A year and a half later, we were divorced. Both my marriage and its collapse were incredibly difficult for me. I suffered a lot of pain and hardship. I had been badly mistreated and misled by my ex-husband. While I knew that he was the source of a lot of my grief, part of me still believed that I was a failure because I hadn't been able to make my relationship work. Well, you're a failure for so many other reasons than that. Mm-hmm. Don't put yourself in a box, Robyn. You're a failure on so many other levels. The aftermath of my marriage left me feeling vulnerable and used, as well as exposed and helpless. Another thesaurus moment. She's like, these are all good, Kody. I like all these words. Put them all in. I felt betrayed. I needed to regain my confidence and my inner strength to ensure that I would never be mistreated again. It took me a while to realize that the only person I could rely on to protect me was myself, in italics. When I discovered this, I invented an alter ego.
Here she comes.
Who became my protector. Her name was Shira. Robyn.
Shira entering the chat. What?
And she represented my tougher, bolder side. Since no one would come to my rescue until Kody, I transformed part of me into my own superhero. That's what I think when I think of Robyn. Let me wet my whistle here.
What is Robyn's superhero power that she thinks is is amazing. Love.
Spending money.
Motherhood.
Spending other people's money.
Oh, yeah.
I make your money disappear like poof.
I have very
magically
long
disappears.
legs. That's what I
Oh,
need.
so long. I have to go to Victoria's Secret. She-Ra helped me protect the softer, more sensitive parts of my psyche. She built a wall around them so they wouldn't be battered or bruised. I knew that it was going against my nature to throw away kindness and caring that are important parts of my character. So instead, I developed this mechanism to shield them. She-Ra helped me put up a fortress around my vulnerabilities and develop a hard, impenetrable side so that I wouldn't fall for anyone's tricks again. Somebody should have told the ghostwriter, like, you can't use words that are more than 2 syllables because, like, no one's believing that.
We don't believe it. Also, this is really weird, you guys, that she develops an alter ego. Not to bring up Beyonce again, but like, you are not Beyonce. So that'd be like me being like, you know what? I'm going to channel my alter ego she's going to get me through these hard times. It's just weird. You're an adult.
It's like she has to disassociate.
Yeah, to get a job, you mean? To like face the reality that she might need to get a job?
That's no, Jody.
Okay.
Jody. She has a direct line to God.
Sorry.
She-Ra was instrumental in helping me cope with the emotional turmoil caused by my marriage. She was there to ensure that I would never be hurt again. Also, I think the She-Ra thing is because she's seeing it as like a imaginary friend because she can't be fucking alone. Like she can't stand to be alone with her own thoughts.
But so she has like an imaginary herself as like an amazing woman who's like actually a victim, but she's gonna turn it around and be the hero of her own story. In the 3 months between divorce and getting with Kody.
Right. Any man who approached me was going to have to prove himself in every way possible, and he would have to go through She-Ra. Robyn.
Well, there was a lot of suitors. There was a lot of suitors.
So many, Kody. Yes. Since both my marriage and my divorce were so difficult, I decided that I would take a break from relationships. I didn't need the complications of dating in my life. I knew that since I was a mother of 3, my dates would be more like job interviews than romantic encounters. After all, any man who might court me, needed to be up to the task of helping me raise my children. And while I was out,
what that means is he has to be able to financially be able to support me and my kids because I'm not working.
Right.
So it is like a job interview. How much money do you
make?
And
also, I'm planning for my ex to not have custody at all. So,
right.
And while I wasn't outwardly considering marriage, I was pretty certain that if it happened, I would join a family as a plural wife. If and when I married again, I wouldn't care the least bit what my husband looked like. It's kind of mean. It's kind of shitty.
Well,
I mean, good.
I mean
come on.
Keep the expectation low. Okay.
How old was Kody when Kody was like 42 when he married her? Can you imagine marrying a 30-year-old? I guess 30 is not that young.
I'm not that it's but it's Kody. I mean, that's why.
And it's also, but they are matched on the intellectual level. I bet those two could talk endlessly, just about like stupid shit. None of the superficial stuff mattered to me anymore because that's how desperate I am to not get a job. My husband could be old or young, fat or skinny. Those are the only.
Bitch.
Yeah, I know. What?
He could have yellow hair or brown hair. Just so stupid.
What else? I didn't care as long as he was a good man and a good husband. I wanted someone whose sole priority was taking care of his family. I knew that anyone who was interested in this job would have to demonstrate himself thoroughly and competently as caring, unselfish, and strong. I wasn't taking any chances. But before I even contemplated marriage or courtship, I was determined to take time out for myself, repair my wounds, and look after my children. After my divorce was finalized, and I was functioning as a single mom, I was functioning.
I wasn't like actually a single mom. I was just like functioning like one while my parents took care of my kids. And they gave me a house to live in. Yeah.
I went to visit my cousin Reba.
Oh.
In Lehigh. Reba in Lehigh. Utah, which is 30 miles outside of Salt Lake. I hadn't been there in a while, and I was looking forward to a change of community. On Sunday, Reba and I went to church. Oh God, I remember this. I remember reading this. Okay. While we were seated in the service, a man sitting in front of me with shaggy blonde hair caught my eye. The first thing I noticed about him was his eyes. So this man is sitting in front of her, and she noticed his eyes. It sounds like a lie.
Right.
Was his eyes.
No.
I could tell his eyes were just beautiful. All right. The first thing I noticed about him was his eyes, which were ringed with laugh lines. Again, kind of bitchy. Wow. She's like, I can't stress enough how much looks don't matter.
Because I'm so young. He's older and I'm so young. I don't know anything. I'm just a little girl, a victim.
I always love seeing laugh lines because they tell me that someone is happy. So what does a beaker?
Kody was
beaker lines
so
mean?
Happy. He was so happy.
You can tell from all these past chapters that we've read. Mm-hmm. He was really nailing it.
I'm on top of the world. Yeah.
I watched him talk with the other members of the congregation. There was something peaceful and comforting. Okay, I would never call Kody peaceful. Wasn't he spraying down people with a hose in the last chapter at a soccer game?
Yeah. And what did Christine say? Like,
Kody, my big, powerful man.
My masculine man.
Yes. Which is a lie. He was smiling and laughing, at ease with himself and others. All of a sudden, he looked up and our eyes met. I'm not exaggerating when I say I felt as though I'd been shot through with a bolt of lightning. I think all the other women said that too. Yeah. Like Meri, Janelle, and Christine all said that.
You know who else says that? Victims of sociopaths.
Yeah.
Weird.
Isn't that kind of like isn't that just what being attracted to someone seems like? Bolt of lightning. Come on now. When this happened, I was stunned. I was embarrassed too, and I looked down at my feet, Kody. Immediately, I was furious that I had any sort of response to the stranger. I was determined that no one should break through my hard exterior shell and play with my emotions. So before She-Ra could scold me, I quickly repaired the crack that had appeared in my armor.
So you made eye contact with someone.
Yeah.
You're like, no, She-Ra, not now. No.
She-Ra, I know what I did, She-Ra.
God, whatever.
Also, I want to believe the story about her ex-husband's like cousin or whatever that came forward and was like, everyone in our community knew that they were shopping around the sister wives idea with Kody, and Robyn sought him out. I 100% believe that.
Oh, of course. And also, I thought that they met at a dance.
Oh no! Later they're gonna dance. Meri's gonna tell. Don't worry, Jody. She's got the story nailed down.
Okay.
Sometimes during the service, I had to walk past this man on my way to the bathroom. He again calculated. She's like, I'm gonna get up and use the bathroom, and I'll make eye contact with Kody.
Do you think she walked in the bathroom like?
Yeah. I got the shirt on. All right. He was sitting with a group of women.
Oh, where?
Because men can't stand him.
Of course he is.
In my bitterness at my own emotional vulnerability, I thought, he is probably an idiot. Okay, Robyn, you have no right to ever have that thought about anyone on Earth.
Right. Yeah.
On Earth. I dismissed the whole encounter already. Okay.
Sure.
Entirely. Sure. A month later, I visited Reba again. Oh, weird. Month. Just a month. Gotta go see Reba
I know
again.
Single moms, like, they have a lot of travel time. So,
for sure,
like, once a month getaway, totally.
And who's Reba? It's her cousin.
Mm-hmm.
I hang out with my cousin that much. My cousin lives down the street, and I've never even been to his house. My cousin, who's coming to move my couch downstairs today. He was sitting with a group of women. Oh, yeah, okay. A month later, I visited Reba again. On the afternoon, I was getting ready to leave. She had a group of friends over at her house. While I was standing on her front lawn, packing the kids into the car to head home, the same man I'd locked eyes with in church drove up in a white convertible.
Oh, gross.
There was a woman riding in the passenger seat. The man stopped the car and started talking to my cousin. Who's this cousin? Why? Who is this? Reba.
Mm-hmm.
How does Kody know Reba? Why is he going to her house?
all the women know Kody, and Kody knows all
just
the
makes
women
his
because he
rounds.
doesn't make men friends, and he gets attention from women. So of course he's gonna stop.
God.
Which woman is in the car? Are we gonna find that out?
I'm not. Oh, yeah, here we go. The man stopped the car and started talking to my cousin. It was like a party exploded out of that car. He was so dynamic and full of energy. I would be exhausted immediately. I'd be like, I need this
God,
energy
I
to not be
know.
here. Reba introduced me to Kody Brown and his wife, Meri. Hi, I'm Meri. I fought to suppress the memory of that electric sensation that I felt in church a month earlier. Again, this was all planned. Robyn's like, hey, Reba, tell Kody that you need to like borrow something from him.
Yeah.
And then I'll just be standing.
This is like every high school girl. Like, no, we're gonna wait in the car, and then when he comes up, we're just be like, oh, we're just getting out of the car too.
Yep.
Okay, Reba.
She-Ra was screaming at me from inside my head, warning me not to even look at Kody. It was difficult to ignore him. He was so animated and loud, but I did. I focused on Meri instead.
Still my heart. A man in a parking lot who's animated and loud for no reason.
That's what I'm looking for, is a loud man. Okay, I'm getting a little twitchy here.
Your headband's getting a little tight.
I know, I'm getting worked up because I hate Robyn so much. Okay. I focused on Meri instead. She was sweet and engaging. Let that sink in for a second.
Okay, this is how dumb Robyn is. She's not Meri. Meri was sweet and engaging, yet Meri and everyone who knew Meri was like, we didn't even know she went here.
Yeah.
Her entire life.
Yeah. She sat next to me for 5 years in school and I didn't notice her.
Yeah, never noticed her. But now she's engaging. Interesting. Okay.
Eventually, oh God, this is gross. Eventually, Kody noticed that I wasn't part of the small crowd that had gathered around him. I can just picture like him in a crowd and then Robyn's in the background just like
in slow motion going dun, dun, dun.
So Kody turned to me and said, and who is your husband? Hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What if that's the first thing a man says to you? Hang on, I gotta blow my nose.
Who's your husband? God. What's
she just blowing my nose?
Oh, she's blowing her nose. Well, we definitely need to not see you, but hear you when you blow your nose.
Yeah, I probably should reverse that.
We just get dumber as we're reading Robyn's segments.
I know, this is what Robyn would do. Eventually, Kody. Okay, no, here we go. And who is your husband? I don't have one, I said.
Oh, my name is She-Ra.
I don't have one. She was just like, I don't know. I just don't have one. Then he teased me about marrying me off to one of the guys sitting around on my cousin's lawn. This guy knows how to charm some women.
It's funny.
This is the route to go down for sure.
Oh wow!
I would literally be like, either he needs to leave or I'm leaving because this guy's
Your interaction is, who's your husband?
Well, you just got divorced.
Freaking Adam Barber, whatever.
Your own your first cousin. Yeah. Can you imagine, so you're recently separated, divorced, and so what if you met a man and he's like, who's your husband? You're like, I don't have one, and he's like, oh, should marry off to one of these guys over here. Can you even imagine?
Yeah. Cool, thanks. So just like any single man, obviously I should just, how did I look them over?
Well, you're no one until you're married to a man, Jody. Women are there to make babies and only to make babies.
That's true. And just help us with using this thing.
Well, they got to explain to us about our emotions. The mark is here, not down here.
Flexible. Oh, Kody.
No. Kody. And by the way, guys, every time I say Kody at the end of these sentences, it doesn't actually say that. I just feel like Robyn ends every sentence with Kody. Yeah, because he's always there.
Oh, God, nothing. Sorry, just hit the microphone.
Goodness gracious.
Got really angry.
I thought nothing.
He's your best customer.
I thought nothing of it as I drove off. I imagine that somewhere down the line, I might become friends with Meri. Yeah, I'm sure that's what you were thinking. She's like, okay, so he has this many wives, and Janelle probably has a job, and Meri looks like she probably has a job too. She's going through expenses.
Yep.
30,000 there.
Yep.
But that was as far as my thinking went concerning the Browns.
Sure.
A few weeks later, my mother started bugging me about attending a church dance back in Lehigh. Again, this was all calculated. The whole family was involved in this. I had no interest in going. I was so embarrassed about showing my beautiful, thin, tiny little face as a single woman again, a divorcee. After all, everybody knew my story. Oh yeah, I'm sure everyone's just talking about Robyn's
get over
divorce.
yourself. No one
one
cares about you. No one's
Yeah.
talking about your divorce.
Best thing my dad ever told me was when I called him and said me and Brad are getting divorced. He said, Amanda, everyone's gonna act shocked and then they're gonna move on with their lives. No one's gonna think about it again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's true. No one cares.
cares.
After all, everybody knew my story. I had been married to the son of a very prominent family, so my dirty laundry was public knowledge. Maybe you should be like, maybe the thing people are talking about is all the debt that you put your ex-husband in.
Right.
That's your dirty laundry. There's no other.
Yeah.
It made me uncomfortable, but my mother insisted that I get my scent out there. There we go.
What do you think Robyn's scent was, actually?
Something like childlike. Like, I feel like she carries around lip
Baby
smackers.
soft? Like a Love's Baby Soft scent? Do you remember that?
No.
Or like a
I still wear Clinique Happy, though. And Cool Water.
that's for men. Is there a women's one?
Yeah, Cool Water for women.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I got scammed into buying that when I had what's it called? Walking pneumonia when I was in high school. I was coming out of the doctor's office and someone sold it to me out of the trunk of their car. And I was so fucked up that I was like, yeah, all right.
I think she was probably like a sunflowers. Or like a Trésor.
Tommy Girls, Alicia said.
Oh, maybe.
Vanilla Yankee Candle.
Oh, Vanilla Fields. Vanilla Fields. Do you remember that?
I feel like she smelled like a teenager. Just like cutesy candy.
Yeah.
Okay, get my scent out there. I
White
agreed to go to the
diamonds. Sorry.
Yeah, patchouli. No, she's not. Cotton candy. That's
no.
probably the best one. Gummy bear body spray. All these are bubble gum. Yeah, just like something childlike.
I do miss Country Apple. I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
Harvest apple.
Oh, that was like your Kohl's version. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your
It was
Canadian
the
version.
shoppers. But my mother insisted that I get my scent out there. I agreed to go to the dance, but only to escort my brother and sister, who needed a social outlet. Yeah, Robyn's who.
Oh,
I
they
would
went
go
to
if I needed-
Robyn.
Yeah.
Sure.
Robyn, can you help us get our scent out there?
Yeah.
When I got to the dance, I felt like an idiot. How is that different than any other moment of your life?
Yeah.
You're an idiot. You are an idiot. So
A little bit of self-awareness. Okay. Cool.
Oh, for a second. Robyn sent pumpkin on the floor. Calgon Hawaiian ginger. Yes, Calgon. That's what it was.
Oh,
Hawaiian ginger. Do you remember Harvest? Hawaiian ginger was the gem.
No.
Justine, I can't believe they had that in your
Maybe it's a Canadian thing.
age range.
Gilet.
Oh, it definitely is. Gilet. Okay, now I just want to like get like old, like not expired, but like
The old scent?
version. Yeah, like ones that have been discontinued.
Mm.
When I got to the dance, I felt like an idiot. But my mother was right, at least in part. I needed to put my face out there and show people that I wasn't ashamed. I was validated in the breakup of my marriage, and I had nothing to hide.
Yeah, because no one cares. No
at the
one
dance,
cares.
I ran into Meri. Oh, weird how that worked out like that. Meri, just Meri. She immediately rushed over and started talking. Mary's never rushed anywhere. Do you see how she enters? I was watching the episode this morning where they are rehearsing I Will Survive. And like the three women are talking. And then just in the background, you can just see Meri like enter the room and like enter the Christine's door. She just walks in and then she turns around and she closes the door. And it's just right
an energy into a room.
Yes, she does. A wall.
Yep.
I need to. I was validated in the breakup of my marriage, and I had nothing to. Oh, sorry. I ran into Meri. She immediately rushed over and started talking to me. She was so friendly and sweet, Kody.
Weird. No one else in the congregation her entire life have said that, but okay.
Thank you so much for talking to me, I said. I feel like such an idiot right now. It's so nice of you to think of me. After a while, Meri returned to Kody and their friends. Even Meri is probably like, oh my God, this bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, bye. When the second to last song of the night came on, Kody asked me to dance. I was shocked. I remember thinking that Meri must have taken pity on me and made her husband dance with me.
Oh, kind of like when she
like the
made
s'more.
Kody, yeah, make Meri a s'more. Go stand next to her. It's a door. It's a window. It's a window.
Oh, he said that? And then Mary's like, I gotta tell you, I saw Robyn tell Kody to make me the s'more. I knew it. I knew it the whole time.
Listen, Linda.
But I let Kody, I felt like a complete loser. But I let Kody have his pity dance, and I thought it was kind of Meri to send him over. When Kody and I started dancing, we were immediately at ease with each other. I felt relaxed around him. How could anyone feel relaxed around Kody? Kody was easy to talk to. Eventually, we stopped dancing and stood chatting in the middle of the dance floor. During that song, go, move out of the middle of the dance floor. There are people dancing here. Go. During that song and the next, we opened up to each other like it was the most natural thing in the world. I forgot about
God. What did they talk about?
She was probably like, I just got divorced and my ex-husband was so mean, Kody. And I wish I had a man. She immediately, like, she's like, this is my chance. I need to just
you're married.
It's too bad. I actually grew up polygamy. I forgot about the dance, the hall, and all of the people around us. For 10 minutes, it felt as if Kody and I were the only people in the world. And also, can we notice how
He's
long
married.
No one else... Huh?
But like, he's married. Would she be okay with that if someone else was?
Because she knew that he was a polygamist and that, he had a show.
So
no one
it's
else
okay for her
had like Christine, Meri, and Janelle. None of them had chapters that were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages at a time.
Well, she has
There's so much to say. There's so much to say about her and Kody. All of a sudden, Kody said, "Will you excuse me, please?" Then they were saying a prayer to finish the dance, and I hadn't even noticed. Oh, God. I'd completely lost track of time and place. Again, how is that different than any other moment of your life?
Because you're dumb.
You're dumb. It was as if Kody and I had escaped to an island together. Well, or San Diego for 10 days.
Yes, San Diego, right?
11 days. I'd been so involved in our conversation that I'd forgotten where we were. God, she's so stupid. After the prayer, Kody and Meri came up to my sister and me and started. I have like hair coming out and started talking. The four of us talked until they kicked us out of the hall. Oh, I'm sure the staff loved you.
So funny.
That is funny to make people stay. Then we stood on the steps in the dark of the building and talked until 2 a.m. Well, I mean that's about Robyn's regular bedtime, so
yeah.
Where are kids? Oh, I guess they're with Reba. I was curious about Meri. And stop acting like you were interested in Meri. She is so manipulative. This is all lies. This is all lies and manipulation.
Yep.
I was curious about Meri and wanted to get to know her better, but she was very quiet. Kody kept in, probably because she's pissed because she just watched her husband fall in love with another woman right in front of her.
Yeah.
So she's probably a little quiet
too. Meri loves this.
Kody kept engaging my sister in conversation about plural marriage. She was a first wife and was interested in living the principle, which intrigued Kody. My impression of Kody was that he was a nice, thoughtful, interesting man who liked conversation. No, he doesn't like conversation. He likes to talk and have people listen to him. And just kind of bounce off of them. After he and Meri left, my sister started teasing me, telling me that she was sure Kody liked me. I told her she had no idea what she was talking about. Then I explained it wouldn't have mattered if Kody had been head over heels for me. I had made an agreement with myself and with God, and with Shira too. I was not putting myself out there. I was not available. If God wanted me to marry someone, then he'd have to hit me over the head with it and give me irrefutable proof that this is what I was meant to do. In the meantime, I told my sister, I'm going to figure myself out and get my kids in a safe situation. My accent's going full Canadian now. All right, I'll do that. Kody.
I like it.
The next day I drove home to southern Utah, and I assumed I'd never see Kody again. God, finally Kody gets a chance to talk. Jesus Christ.
Sure.
This goes. Oh, actually, no. He only talks for 3 pages. Yeah. All right.
All right,
I'll
Kody.
handle the comment.
All right, women. Just everyone settle
Just
down.
let me break it down for you now.
After Meri and I met Robyn on the lawn of her cousin's house. Wait, what? Again, I thought it was at the dance.
No. Remember they met at the
he
teased her
met up. Right?
No, they didn't meet at they met at church because they locked eyes with each other. And then they met in the parking lot. Remember when he asked her, who is your husband?
Locked eyes. Yeah.
Jody, you gotta
I'm sorry.
It's hard to put Robyn's thoughts into like a linear timeline, though. To be
After
fair.
Meri and I met Robyn on the lawn of her cousin's house, Meri instantly sensed that there was something special about Robyn. I was nervous because Robyn was divorced, and divorce can bring a lot of technical difficulties in terms of blending families and raising another man's children. I had always declared that I wouldn't invite this situation into my life, but the stirring I felt around Robyn changed this almost right away.
Because she's 10 years younger than all of your
Stirring-
wives. And that
Stirring meaning,
like,
right?
Yeah. You gotta use your pinky.
Okay, sorry. Meri was incredibly excited to run into Robyn at the dance.
I bet.
Okay, I mean, was she as excited to see Robyn as she was when she saw Christy? I don't know.
Christy.
She acted like a schoolgirl. Okay, this is like, I mean, Meri obviously had a crush on Robyn. We all know this. Can we just like say it? Meri was initially attracted to Robyn.
This is not a new take.
Figuring out how and when I should ask Robyn to dance. The minute Robyn and I hit the dance floor, I became transfixed by her spirit. Boobs.
Robyn's spirit is just like, I feel like she just sucks energy out of the room. That's why her and Meri get along so well.
Her spirit is just like, beige. I couldn't deny the spark I felt. Not the kind of spark you feel in your loins. Okay, I want to throw up.
Gross. You don't need to.
Gross.
You don't need to specify that.
He loves this like pencil wet. He said loins. Gross. Not the kind of spark you feel in your loins, but something deep and transcendent. I guess you could call it love at first sight. I'm sure his other wives like loved hearing that, especially after he was like, I instantly changed my mind as soon as I was alone with her. But then I changed my mind back. God, what an asshole. When we were talking after the dance, I went out of my way to avoid flirting with Robyn. He went out of his way to avoid
be an
flirting
asshole
with her.
Yeah.
So
because this is what he does with all the women. He leads them on and then he's like,
so hard. But he had to work really hard not to flirt with her. And I focused most of my energy on talking to her sister. By that time, I had a very deep sense that there was a spiritual connection between us, but I didn't want to be overbearing or inappropriate. Eventually, I ended the conversation with Robyn and her sister. I assumed I'd see Robyn at church with the main congregation the next day. What a good guy. He's so good.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Good man. When Meri and I got home that night, we stayed up for 2 more hours talking about Robyn. I mean, well, who doesn't want to talk with their husband for 2 hours?
I'm sure that Meri also like did not want this conversation to continue. A date with Dateline, hello, says, how would he have felt if Robyn was eating nachos? Fine, because she's thin. Yes, I guarantee you he would say, it was so cute. Like this tiny little, she's so little and she was just devouring these nachos. Well, there was chili and cheese everywhere.
Yeah, but we forget Robyn doesn't do that because she's a picky eater. Because remember when her tum was upset?
She just wants a pound of lo mein. Yeah. And dessert.
Oh God. Okay. We rehashed the whole experience at the dance and after. Again, this sounds like. I mean, I'd be like drafting up a divorce agreement right here.
Yeah.
We're rehashing the entire night. God. We discussed our feelings about a new wife and whether Robyn would be that person.
Of course, not discussing with Christine or Janelle, of course. They get to find out way later.
Remember, like he's the one who sets the tone. He's the lead of the family. Patriarchy. Okay. Just works better that way. Robyn's energy really appealed to Meri, and Meri was looking forward to having her as a friend as well as a potential sister wife. Okay, Meri
All right. Yeah.
Meri wants to touch her boobs too. Despite our minor disagreements, our family was
Boobs.
stable. All my wives were happy.
Yeah, we can really sense that in that very first episode where he goes,
I mean,
he's like, you gotta meet my wives. You gotta meet my family. I think you're really gonna like him. And Janelle's like, hi. Good morning, Kody.
Well, I mean, you guys have heard the previous chapters. They're so happy.
Oh, they're in
so
bliss. Yeah.
Our children were happy. We had arrived at the place we'd been dreaming of since I married Christine.
And now I wanted to just piss all over it and ruin it.
Yeah. Now I'm ready for another high, basically. It seems like an insane idea to threaten the peace in our household by considering a new wife. But both Meri and I were convinced that Robyn had a wonderful spirit. Kind and profound. Profound, he says.
Yeah.
Even our brief conversations with her stirred our souls. We wanted to get to know her better. I felt an undeniable connection to this woman I just met, as did Meri. This connection was so deep and spiritual that it kept us up all night.
Yeah, like so him and Meri probably had sex that night and they were both picturing Robyn.
Oh, absolutely.
It was like the best sex they'd had in years.
He just used the word deep about 4 times, and it's like, I don't like it.
Okay.
This is creepy. This is them fantasizing about Robyn. We were lost in our own world as we discussed this undeniable feeling we both shared, that Robyn was just not a special person on her own, but a special person to us. Meri and I kept looking into each other's eyes and saying, something's happening. We feel something. This is disgusting.
This is weird.
This is the grossest kind of porn I've heard of ever. Like gross. They were up all night talking about this woman. Ew. Before we went to sleep, I climbed out of bed and went to the living room. I fell on my knees and began to pray.
Oh I told God. I bet he made a huge production out of it too. I can just picture him doing this.
Oh, he dropped to his knees and he was like fantasizing about
God!
So dramatic. Like, why you gotta go out there?
God.
I told God that I felt a stirring and that I wanted to know if this special woman I just met belonged in our family. Okay, you're fucking horny. We get it.
Yeah. Just say it. Christine's like 3 months pregnant at this point.
Yeah.
So you can't really, well, I guess you can fuck her, but I'm sure she's not like into it. Well, although, I mean, I didn't realize until last week that you can have sex when you're pregnant. So you're like allowed to.
You're allowed. Okay, when I got to church in the morning, Robyn was nowhere to be found. I was crestfallen. That's such a Kody word. I was certain that she was interested in me as I was in her. It seemed impossible to me that she wouldn't have attended my congregation in the hopes of seeing me again. Holy narcissism. Let me repeat that. It seemed impossible to me that she wouldn't have attended my congregation in the hopes of seeing me again.
God, even if you think that, you don't need to actually, there are some thoughts that need to stay inside your head.
I was angry at myself. If I'd have known Robyn wasn't going to be at church the next day, I would have never been a gentleman. Ended our conversation the previous evening.
He was being a gentleman by ignoring her and walking away and then like talking to
I would have insisted.
That was gentlemanly. Oh my God.
I would have insisted we all go out for pie and stay up as late as possible. Like warm apple pie. What
Ew.
You would have insisted.
Yeah, vote for pie. It's starting to hurt.
During church, Meri texted me to ask if I'd seen Robyn. I told her I hadn't. Meri was as disappointed as I was. This is so creepy. This is stalking, grooming, weird.
And Ew. What is Janelle and Christine doing at home? They're just like raising all the kids.
Taking care of all the kids while Meri and Kody are having this sick fantasy. Yeah, After the service, I saw Robyn's cousin Reba, who had introduced us in
I don't like this place. Reba. This Reba I don't like that she started the ball rolling like this.
Yeah.
Reba, I was still
a little giddy from the night before. Again, Giddy,
Yes.
horny. You're horny.
Yes,
Since
you're
I
horny.
believed that Robyn and I had a deep connection, there was no way in my mind that our experience could have been one-sided. This is textbook narcissism. There was no way in my mind our experience could not have been or could have been one-sided.
Of course.
Obviously, she wants me.
Katie Davis said,
I
just
was-
jumped on. Y'all look so hot. Just so you know, this is not how I started this. I'm dressed up as Robyn. That's why I would never
And I'm
wear
trusty
this.
Janelle.
She's trusty Janelle, good old Janelle.
Yep.
But yeah, but thank you.
Wow.
It's good to know that we still look good.
I was simply convinced that she was as smitten with me as I was with her. So I went up to Reba and I said, maybe you should call Robyn and ask her who she thinks she's, oh my God, who she's thinking about right now.
What the
Reba was
fuck?
baffled.
Oh,
This is
yeah, that's a
psychotic
weird thing
behavior.
to say to somebody. What?
A week later, Reba told Meri and me that she wanted to come over to our house to talk about what our intentions were regarding Robyn. She was both curious and protective. Yeah, because you
that's
sound like
'cause-
you want to hurt her
Yeah.
and you're stalking her.
Like you and Meri want to keep her as like a sex slave.
God. Before Reba arrived at our house, Meri grew very emotional. She hugged me and said, Kody, what if we're not right? What if she's not meant to be with us? What if we're wrong about the way we feel? Well, then, I don't know, like go look at a dirty magazine or something. I
Why
don't
not
know.
just watch a porno together?
Ugh. I explained to Meri that what I felt for Robyn was undeniable. The spiritual and emotional connection was not
You met her.
going to
You
be
talked to
un-
her. They
by
talked
any
for 2
personal.
songs.
Yeah. Oh
The
no,
amount
it's not
of
going to be
2 songs.
undone by any personal insecurities Meri and I might have had. I told her that this person whom God had brought into our lives was meant to be there. It only had to be ratified by Robyn, her parents, and our church leaders.
Not Janelle and Christine, my other 2 loves of my life.
Yeah, no, this is going
They
to
still
happen.
don't know at this point.
Yeah, no, we've decided. I have decided. She
And I'm the
obviously
man.
wants to be with me. So we just need Robyn, the church, her parents, and the rest of the people to approve of it. No big whoop. When Reba showed up, she was very direct. I have to know what you two are thinking about Robyn, she said. Meri and I exchanged glances. And then we explained that we'd both been bitten by the same love bug. This is so gross. This is
God, what the
disgusting.
fuck?
We told her that our feelings concerning Robyn were profound. We told her that, we explained that we fully intended to look into getting to know Robyn better if she was open to it. Reba got a little giddy. She loves Robyn and she loves us. She was excited to see if our families were meant to be together. This is sick.
It's
Ew.
all sick.
This is, ugh. I mean, if we did not hate Robyn, this would be highly concerning.
Yeah. But she was
Gross.
she was manipulating the situation just as much as they were.
Okay, well, let's hear from Robyn. How's Robyn?
After my
How's
cousin
she
talked
doing?
to After my cousin talked to Kody and Meri, she called me and told me I needed to get down to Lehigh immediately, which was easy for me because I don't have a job.
Oh, well, and she's She-Ra. She can fly.
Yeah.
I'm turning Canadian all of a sudden.
Well, because the Utah accent kind of leans Canadian a little bit. It's just a very lazy kind of Kody. I can always get into Robyn's voice by just saying Kody. But like Ace has a great Robyn voice, which is completely different than mine, and then Corey has an amazing Robyn voice, which is completely different than me and Ace. It's just there's so many different Robyn voices, but they all sound exactly like Robyn.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. This was crazy since Lehigh is 300 miles away from where I lived, but it was okay because I didn't have a job and I don't have anything else to do. I told her she was out of her mind. I had zero intention of coming down and falling in line with her little plan. Oh, Robyn's just the victim. She's just,
Yes. Yeah.
Robyn, Reba said, this is a good family. They're very interested in you. There are a lot of positive things happening here. You need to come down and meet all of them. That's how I feel Reba sounds.
I feel like Reba is like
Reba spent
cousin
some time in
Rosie
Brooklyn.
on Real Housewives of New Jersey. That's how I'm picturing her. Okay, I love this.
All of them, I said. How many are there? Reba explained that Kody had 3 wives. 3? I said, you fucking knew that. He's like a famous polygamist in their sect.
Yeah.
She's so full of shit. I knew that since I was a divorcee and I was older with kids. What a cunt. She's 10 years younger than the other wives. And she's like, I'm really old.
Well, she saw Kody that he accepted his wives with the stretch marks and the fatty, fat.
Oh,
I mean, she's such a bitch.
I knew that since I was a divorcee and I was older with kids, I wouldn't be a first wife again. Or for the first time, because you were never a first wife. You were the only wife.
You were in a right.
But I'd never even entertained the possibility of being a 4th wife.
What?
The majority of men in our faith have 2 wives. Fewer have 3 wives, and hardly any have 4. It's just too challenging. So I decided to jump in anyway and break up his entire family.
Ooh.
So when Reba told me that Kody had 3 wives, I was a little taken aback. It seemed like a lot. Then she informed me that they'd been a family together for 16 years. It seemed inconceivable that I'd put myself in this situation. Well,
yeah.
Hey, this is where you bring in Shira. Yeah. Hey, Shira. Wake up, Shira. We need to get you in here.
All right, let's get some Reba. Let's get some Reba voice here.
I don't think Reba says anything.
No.
I told Reba, no way. I don't need these complications. Anyway, I can't afford the trip because I have no job. Again, she's not actually saying the job stuff. I'm just adding that in just to remind everyone that Robyn does not have a job. But Reba insisted, honey, you need to get down there to Lehigh. This guy's he's not gonna stick around forever waiting for you, okay? For the next couple of days, but Reba insisted and told, hey, honey, I'll pay for your gas. Just get down there. Get in your car. I'll even get you a fresh set of tires on that van of yours.
Reba is done watching Aurora. Get that bitch out of Wyoming or wherever the hell they're living.
State. Right. Reba insisted that she would pay for my gas. I still told her no, but I said I would think about it.
Reba is begging Robyn to go bye-bye.
Yes, see ya. For the next couple of days, I contemplated a lot. I asked God to give me a sign, even though I know he doesn't work that way. I played all these little games with myself. For instance, promising that if I saw the name Kody written anywhere, I'd take it as a sign that I should go.
Is she 12? This is a 12-year-old mentality. Also, Elizabeth Miller, we do have a travel mug with "Ya Fine" on it. Check it out in our Teespring store and all that.
The link is weird down there, but if you go to Redbubble and just put in "Love to Hate Everything," you can just check out all our products.
Yeah, Redbubble or Teespring. Oh my God, I love Reba now. Reba's now my favorite.
Yeah, I know. I'm really enjoying. I don't know where that came out of.
We need to make a travel mug. We need more Reba.
I need everyone to know who's just listening to this, but whenever I'm doing Reba, I'm holding my 2 fingers out as if I'm holding a cigarette. It's obviously just a cigarette. She honey, there's this man. He's got 3 wives. He's miserable. You need to get down that Italy high. Come on, time's a ticking. I'll get you some gas.
Aurora, put the baby down. You're going to Utah.
I need you to stop. I crushed up some Xanax and put it in Aurora's ice cream. No big whoop. She's like, she reminds me of like Estelle, like Joey's agent on Friends. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But Reba's cool. Reba's. I like Reba now.
Oh yeah, Reba can get down.
Where are we? So she's gonna look for Kody written somewhere, and she'll know that means that God wants her to marry him.
It's a sign.
Eventually, I decided. Somebody said Amanda's going Scottish. Yeah.
Hey, I'm down.
Hey, I don't. I just
like
go where the voice takes me. Eventually, I decided to ask my kids if they wanted to go on this trip, though I didn't explain that it wasn't just to see Reba. It was a long car trip, something they hated. Oh, I'm sure they're a gas.
I'm sure they hated it because they said, hey, do you want to go meet your new daddy? And they were like, no, we have a daddy. And she's like, get it in the car.
Mona Reiki in the chat. Mona Reiki's here.
Mona.
Said Reba could be played by Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah, there we go.
I love Rosie.
Sure. Okay. Eventually I decided to so much is happening right now. There's a group chat. Okay. Eventually I decided to ask my kids if they wanted to go. It was a long car trip, something they hated. I figured I'd be off the hook. Okay. I guess I was looking for an excuse not to go. But to my surprise, they said they wanted to. So I agreed. So now it's her kids' fault.
Yeah.
Robyn was the last person to want to even go.
Yeah.
The whole trip to
we've seen how convincing Dayton can be when he's like, Mom, please, I want to go move to Arizona by myself. And you pick up the entire family of 20 and go. Sure.
I love when she's like, Dayton has an announcement, so Dayton, go ahead. And he's like, okay, well, I got into NAU, and the whole family's like,
oh,
like screaming.
Yeah. Now we get it.
I don't have any water left.
Uh-oh.
All right, the whole trip to Lehigh, the Reba voice kind of scratches the throat a little bit. Yeah. The whole trip to Lehigh, Shira was screaming at the top of her lungs. Don't do this. Get your butt home now. I had to agree with her. I had no idea what I was doing. She yelled at me until I pulled into my cousin's driveway. I hadn't even gotten out of the car when Reba swooped down on me. We're going to the Browns. That is how the chapter ends. That was a mic drop right there. Yes. Listen, kid, we're going to the Browns.
I want Reba to have also gone, we're going to the Browns. Reba's actually the OG.
See, when I listen to other Sister Wives podcasts now and they say the word Browns and they don't make the fart noise, it sounds like weird.
There's
at work, missing now.
At work, there's a name for something and Brown is in it. And every time I reference it or I see it all day long, I just want to go and afterward, but I crack myself up. All right, Kody. Reba let Meri and me know that she talked to Robyn into coming to Lehigh. I was excited and I wanted to put together a barbecue to welcome her. Oh, well, we all know how well Kody barbecues.
Well, you gotta get those hot dogs out there. Like,
everything's always on full freaking flame with him. He's such an idiot. Oh, God, no. Wait till this next sentence, guys. Okay. I still hadn't told Janelle about Robyn.
Jesus. I'm sure she handled it great.
Yeah. I had only seen Robyn a handful of times, and I wasn't sure what sort of footing we were on. I wanted to make sure she was at least slightly open to the idea of a relationship with me before I broached the subject with my wives. Naturally, I would need their consent to court her. Okay, he was just talking about
they said no,
planning the wedding, and now he's like, I should make sure with Robyn that she likes me back. But okay,
yeah.
I approached Janelle first. I explained what had been going on with Meri, Robyn, and me, and what my feelings were. When I finished talking, trusty Janelle had a surreal experience. She was overcome with emotion. Have you ever seen Janelle overcome with emotion besides when Christine was leaving?
Or like when her kids come home from like college and she's like, like then she kind of cries. That's it.
She put her hand over her chest.
I know when we see Janelle with emotion where she's like, it is like brain damage moving this family. Grab a box, throw it in the car, and let's go. She was definitely overcome with emotion there.
Strap truly on top, we're leaving. She put her hand over her chest and said, oh my goodness. I don't believe that. I don't believe Janelle would ever go, oh my goodness. My goodness. Oh goodness.
No. God, I love Janelle so much.
There's something special about this. This is supposed to happen. Tears welled up in Janelle's eyes. She said she felt a burning in her bosom. I swear to God.
Janelle did not say that.
That is, I didn't make that up. She says she felt a burning in her bosom. It was an undeniable affirmation. No, Janelle did not feel maybe she was having like her ducts were drying up or something. It was probably a heart attack. She actually was having a stroke. She felt a chest pain, not a burning in her bosom. She was like, oh God, that's going to be a lot of overtime. I was moved by Janelle's reaction to my news. It made me giddy for Robyn's arrival. I told Christine about Robyn the night after the dance. Christine expressed her disappointment that she hadn't stayed later to meet her.
So Christine was at the dance.
Well, yeah, but who cares? That's like minor detail.
She's fine.
Princess. Christine's such a warm and inviting person. I knew that she'd go out of her way to welcome Robyn. Oh, so he didn't like ask Christine. He just
she'll be fine.
She's
hormonal and pregnant, but it's fine.
Soon I had my wife's consent to get to know Robyn. Funny.
You've already gotten to know her.
Oh, he just said, I didn't talk to Christine about it. I knew that I just knew that she'd go out of her way, so I had all their consent. No, you never actually asked Christine.
Also, he said earlier in this chapter, I still hadn't told Janelle. Oh, Janelle about Robyn. Okay, never mind.
So he never actually talked to Christine about it. I found myself counting down the minutes until Robyn turned up. I was smitten. Can he use any other words besides smitten and giddy, by the way? And I was convinced that Robyn felt the same way about me. The narcissism is disgusting. I thought that when Robyn arrived at my house, we'd be off to the races. No such luck. When Robyn came up the stairs and saw me flipping burgers out on the grill, she barely even said hello. Weird. I thought she came cap in hand.
What did you expect her to do?
Well,
like run over and like just like make out with you?
Stick it in.
Which is awkward as fuck.
Well,
I had no idea what to expect when I turned up at the Brownses. The first thing I noticed was that there were three convertibles. Oh yeah, because Meri had the green Sunfire, and there's Kody's, and then another one must have been a convertible.
3 convertibles, family of 17 at this point.
13
makes sense. It makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
Oh wait, listen to this. For some reason, I had the impression that they were trying to show off for me. What is this? An episode of Cribs? I asked Reba.
On the nose.
There we go.
Cool. She's seen MTV.
There's a show on. Well, yeah. Well, she has time to watch TV.
Well, we did see her hip hop, so yeah.
Oh, later on to my horror.
Wait, did you think she watched Eric Nye's niece like doing like MTV Grind?
I don't know what that is. I didn't have MTV. Wow. Remember, my parents cut off the cable. Later on to my horror, Reba repeated this to Kody in front of me and asked, "Hey, Kody, you want to make it 4 convertibles?" I wanted to kill her.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
God. When I walked into the large house where all 3 wives had their own separate apartments, I was nervous and a little overwhelmed. My cousin was parading me around, which is not my style. Hey, everybody, come over here. This is Robyn. She's great. She's great people. You're gonna love her.
Reba picking her up and just like putting her on her shoulders.
Robyn.
The Bella de Ball.
She's a sweetheart. She just went through this horrible divorce. Horrible. Where is this voice coming from? I'm impersonating someone and I can't figure out who it is.
I think I know.
An old Jewish woman? What? Who?
Cole and Chelsea's daughter, Aubrey.
Yeah, that hurt way more though. That was a lot more grumbly.
Little Babs?
There's little Babs in there too.
Mm-hmm. Chalinsky.
Yeah, it kind of is the Babs voice. She's coming back.
Yep.
All right. Okay. My cousin was parading me around, which is not my style at all. Everyone was staring at me, especially Janelle and Christine. You know, Janelle and Christine are just like. Janelle has like on an apron. She's like holding like a rolling pin. She's just like tapping her hand with it.
Yep.
There's the bitch that came in to ruin our family. Luckily, Meri was friendly and sweet. In fact, she stuck by my side as if we were laying claim to our friendship. It was uncomfortable to have all these eyes on me, Kody.
No one was looking at you, Robyn.
Well, I'm sure they were. They were like, who's this bitch?
Oh,
who's this bitch with these long legs?
Sure. But like, not everyone's just staring at you, you idiot.
Alicia says it's Christine doing a Boston accent. Harvard, this coffee. I don't like this
cup of Joe.
This coffee is terrible. Terrible.
Oh, so uncomfortable. I love
It was uncomfortable to have all these eyes on me. I kept wondering what I was doing there, in the middle of this family. After all, I'm not the type of woman who chases married men. Oh, you're not?
No.
You're not.
She
You're
had
the
so-
definition.
Yeah, I would love to hear about all these other suitors, all these other proposals that she had that she turned down. Weird, that's not included in this part of the history.
People are trying to figure out what this voice is. Candace is Howard's mom from Big Bang. That's the voice. Yeah, sure. I think I'm just doing like a
Everyone's saying
Yenta voice.
Joey's agent on Friends.
Yeah, Fred Flintstone, someone said.
Yeah, but damn it, don't.
She-Ra was screaming, leave, get out, go, this is scary. Kody said that he felt electricity between us that night, but I was working hard to prevent any connection. I would simply not allow myself to be open in any way. I put up my wall and I hid behind it. However, there was one moment when this wall crumbled completely. Janelle had left the cookout early and gone to bed. Yeah, so she's like, I'm going to wait for that bitch to leave because I can tell she doesn't
I got to
like
go to work in the morning.
Yeah, right.
Someone needs to pay for these steaks.
Because she had to drive to Wyoming the next morning to collect the older children who were staying on their grandparents' ranch. Many of the younger kids were still running around the backyard. When Janelle said goodnight, Kody told her that he would put Savannah, their youngest child, to bed a little while later, or Aspen will do it. I wanted to check on my kids who were off playing somewhere in the house. And so all the kids are outside running around and her kids are just in the house playing. Oh, yeah. Because they're awkward. And the Brown children were like, no thanks.
Oh, she's not going to let them go outside and play with them. Brown
well, there's dogs out there for her to kick. I wanted to check on my kids who were off playing somewhere in the house. The house was big, and I had no idea where anything was. I walked through Meri's apartment and spied Kody in the kitchen. He was holding Savannah.
Wait, hold on. She walked through Meri's apartment? Wow.
She's making herself at home already. Kody was holding Savannah, washing her feet in the sink.
Okay, he kept Savannah to show off.
Yeah.
Like, this is his single man with a dog at the dog park trying to pick up chicks. He's using Savannah as his wingman. Gross.
He didn't know I was watching. Yes, he did. He was like, Savannah, get your feet really dirty and we're going to stand here until she walks through that door.
Okay, we've seen Meri's apartment. There's no way that he could not see her coming from Janelle's apartment. Impossible. Yeah. Liar. He didn't see me. Like, Robyn's coming in like, doo, 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 doo. Whatever.
I couldn't take my eyes off him as he scrubbed something sticky off Savannah's feet so she would be clean and comfortable while she slept. Okay, don't make it into he's washing her feet.
I mean,
so she would be
dad
of the year.
Taking care of their kid. Wow, what a great dad.
The love and care he put into this simple gesture was astounding. No one nagged him to do this. He wasn't trying to impress me. He simply cared enough to make sure that her feet were clean. It's not fun. It's like Jesus, like the washing of the feet on Holy Thursday.
Bare minimum requirement for men.
Keeping your kids clean.
Wow.
It broke through the hard, bitter shell that I'd erected around myself. But even as I watched Kody, I reminded myself to not fall for him or anyone else in that house. Logan. Meri. She had her eye on Logan already.
Meri. Also, this is a really good point. No way Meri would have let Savannah's feet be washed in her kitchen sink.
Oh, yeah, true.
Never.
The next day, I met the Browns at Sunday school. Reba and I were talking to Meri, Kody, and Christine, who were very happy to see me. This bitch can't read a room. Meri turned to me and asked, would you like to come over for dinner, for lunch, forever? I turned beet red, but I agreed to come for lunch. Later after church, I found myself back at the Browns' house. Janelle was picking up the older kids. Meri had run an errand, and Christine was bustling in and out, raising all of the fucking kids while being pregnant.
Right.
So Kody and I were left pretty much to ourselves. It was awkward. Kody could sense my discomfort and tried teasing me a little, because that's what all women want when they feel awkward.
Amanda's turned Robyn into the Lucky Charms guy.
Is it coming off Irish?
I love it.
It's leaning Irish.
Delicious Kody.
I still think it sounds like her though.
Yeah, also, yeah, Janelle didn't go to bed. Bullshit. She was doing everyone's taxes and asking then 5 times to wash Savannah's
got
feet.
my throat hurt.
True. Oh my God.
Okay.
This is hilarious.
When teasing me didn't work, he tried to dig into my past, even better, and find out more about what had led me to my current situation.
Women love that.
I told him
I love it.
Tell me all of your baggage.
Mm-hmm.
I told him I preferred to wait until all his wives were home, and so I could tell them all at once. Suddenly, the door opened, and all the teenage kids burst in. They stormed the house. Kody ran up to Logan, his oldest, and hugged him like his best friend, or like
nothing's going on, son. Nothing. You didn't see anything here.
Right. All the kids were talking at once. Robyn was like,
"Oh God, these kids are terribly behaved."
All the adults were talking at once. Everyone was so happy to see the kids, and the kids were so thrilled to be back home. It was loud and chaotic, but also lovely and remarkable. Everyone was so engaged with each other. It was the most dynamic atmosphere I'd ever encountered. It was immediately clear to me how much this family loved one another. Yikes. It hit me exactly how much both my kids and I had been missing out on a thriving, stable family experience. You know how you can make your experience stable? You could get a job and suck it up, pay your bills, and there you go. Bada boom, bada bing.
And then not tell your kids to call someone else daddy.
Yeah, within 2 months.
Oh, okay.
The thing I wanted for my kids first and foremost was a good family. And here it was in front of me. A family literally overflowing with, well, this isn't your family though, so sorry. This is so fucked up. I wanted this.
Because they love each other. Because they've always been there.
Yeah, they're an actual family.
Right.
Blood related. Everyone was talking all at once. In what I've come to know as typical Brown style, trying to see who can talk the loudest. I've learned that there is rarely a quiet moment in the Brown. Yeah,
that's just a lot of people in a room.
Yes,
and if you don't like it, bye.
I've learned there is rarely a quiet moment in the Brown house. They were all so animated and expressive and full of stories. I felt as if I was looking inside their world because you were. It's their world. You're just hanging out. It was an amazing experience. I fell in love with Kody's family before I fell in love with him. But Kody did impress me. Well, I mean, how could you not? He's washing feet, dancing, spraying people with hoses.
What a guy.
Kody did impress me. He was everywhere at once. He was meeting kids' needs. He was wiping a nose, picking things up, helping with dishes. He was checking in with his wives. He was going out of his way to make sure everyone was okay. This was the performance of Kody's life.
I was just going to say, he's putting it on. Right.
Yeah, he doesn't do this regularly. All right, Kody, let's see what Kody has to say about it.
All right. Eventually, Madison.
Madison! Yes! Oh, yeah, you get to actually do Madison's voice here.
Eventually, Madison, who was 14 at the time, noticed Robyn sitting in the corner. "Yeah, who is that?" she asked. For a long time, I'd had a running joke with my kids about taking on a young wife.
Hilarious. I bet they love that. Yeah.
So funny when dads are like, "I'm going to marry a younger, hotter wife than your mom." So funny. They loved it. I'm sure they all loved it. They had agreed that the youngest woman I might marry had to be a 28 at least. Oh, probably because they heard that funny story from their parents when they were younger, how their dad was going to marry like a 17-year-old, but then the 17-year-old's parents were like, "No, you can't do it."
Yeah, no, you can't. It's illegal. And that's
great
gross.
Bedtime story. I'm sorry. "That's Robyn," I said to Madison, "and she's 30.
Why would that be? He wants to.
This is the grossest thing ever. Ew. Madison picked up on my insinuation right away, and immediately she got a twinkle in her eye. No, that was called a tear developing.
Yeah.
That's a tear.
So this is all over.
You don't love mommy anymore, right?
Yep.
Eventually, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and I sat down with Robyn in Meri's living room. Robyn was very forthcoming and direct. She laid out all that she had been through, explaining her ex-husband and their destructive relationship. She said that before things went any further, she didn't want there to be any secrets about her kept from the family. Oh, so this was Robyn's turn to perform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
While Robyn was laying it on the line for us, Christine leaned over and got right in her face. So, do you think our husband is cute or not? I
can see her saying that, but like, I don't think so either because she's got to have been threatened as fuck. I just don't think that.
Yeah.
Poor Christine. Or Christine was just so brainwashed at this point that she's like, no, this is great. This is great. I'm happy. This is great. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Robyn didn't know Christine well enough to understand that she was joking. Robyn explained that this sort of decision was left up to God and what he thought was right. Whether or not she thought I was cute was immaterial. She said that she was just there to figure out if this was something that God wanted for her. She was all business. Well, we know how good
Blazer Robyn. Blazer Robyn is.
Her answer took the wind right out of my sails. I had been hoping she would confess to the same electricity I'd felt when I was with her. I was deflated. Finally, Robyn explained that pursuing a married man isn't something she'd ever do. Yeah, right, you hussy, Christine teased. Okay,
there's our girl. There's our girl. Yeah.
Robyn looked mortified. By the end of the evening, I was despondent. Oh, okay, so now Kody's pouting. He's sad. Kody can't get a new... I was not just smitten with her, but in love.
No, you weren't. You were smitten. That's it. You were not in love.
And again,
these people don't understand what love is.
I think Robyn was probably using the thesaurus at the time that they were writing up these chapters because Kody just keeps using smitten.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I can't ask.
It's like
Robyn
when he learned the word gaslight last season and just kept like using it incorrectly. And even Gwendolyn kept saying like, oh, he's not using that term right.
That's
like
not what it means. I don't think that means what you think it means, babe. And I believed incorrectly that she had similar feelings for me. Now I realized that I'd have to court her affection. The next day when I got home from work, I discovered that Meri had invited Robyn over. Since my wives had given me permission to get to know Robyn, which is the first step in approaching a new wife, I decided to say what was on my mind. Robyn, I said, do you want to see if we can get to know each other better? Maybe, but I'm not asking anyone's permission, Kody, she said.
Thank you for adding that.
This meant she wasn't going to approach her father or the church leaders. All the hard work had fallen to me. She was not going to make things easy to stick
Shira. We got to get Shira out of there. There are several ways for a woman to enter a plural marriage.
Really quickly. Funny that Christine was supposed to ask church leaders about like moving on, next relationship, but Robyn isn't going to do that.
No, she's Shira. Shira doesn't need anyone but herself.
Okay, just making sure that the rules, different rules apply to different people.
We're coming up to the end, and these are all like little short chapters. So we got Robyn, Kody, of course, ends with the man. And then right after this chapter is a bunch of the pictures, the black and white pictures that we've seen a million times. Oh, Kody. There are several ways for a woman to enter a plural marriage. One of these is to tell her father and her... it is going Irish. I can hear it now. Her father.
I like it, though.
But I feel like if I was in a show and I had to do an Irish accent, I wouldn't be able to do it. One of these is to tell her father and her church leaders, after which they would approach the family. I felt uncomfortable with this. I was a divorced woman, and nothing is worse than a divorced woman.
Scarlet letter. Wow.
I mean, what use does she have on this earth anymore? People were already under the impression that I was hunting for a husband because you are.
Right.
Which was completely untrue, Kody. Even though I had legitimate grounds for divorce from my first husband, a failed marriage still tarnished my reputation. So I was especially careful not to give the impression that I was desperate to remarry. Well, didn't work. We'll see ya. Go check your Instagram comments.
Right.
I didn't want to chase anyone, especially because I had 3 children. To be so bold as to ask a married man seemed very presumptuous. In our community, and I'm sure others, imagining that a man, especially one with many other children, wants to take responsibility for your kids is taking a lot for granted. Eventually, Meri convinced Kody to talk to the church leader. This is an important step in our faith for several reasons. One of which is so the church can make sure that a man has pure intentions and is not simply wife chasing. Kody was
that's not Kody at all.
No.
We haven't heard that from Meri to Janelle to Christine to the 17-year-old to
Also, is it not a red flag that he's been married to 3 women successfully for 20 years and now all of a sudden he's getting this younger? Like, it seems like the church would be like, yeah, no, it seems like you might just be a little horny, so let's wait. Let's hang on. Kody was uncharacteristically shy about approaching the leader, but when Christine and Meri accompanied him to the meeting, Kody was immediately given permission to talk to my father. When Kody called my father to ask permission to court me, my father was guarded. He knew how badly I'd been hurt before. You can't court her, but you can get to know her. I feel like he's like a hick or something, right? You can't court her, but you can get to know her.
Well, he got to know her by staring down Robyn's hatch while she's giving birth.
Basin.
So
my father said, no flowers, no chocolates, no love letters. Since I lived so far away from Kody, he and I talked on the phone regularly. Meri and I also kept in contact. Eventually, we started visiting on weekends. Whenever Kody visited me, he brought one of his wives or several of his children so that I could get to know the family better.
So they could watch my kids, but I didn't have to take care of them. We could go on dates, do dates.
Have dates.
Have dates.
Have dates. During this process, we were very chaste. We never hugged. We only held. Well, they hug when Robyn comes out in her little white shirt. We are very chaste. Where am I? We never hugged. We only held hands a couple of times. And that was in order to say a prayer.
No, when they were ordering hot chocolate like assholes at the Mexican restaurant. When the hot chocolate wasn't on the menu, they were holding hands.
I mean, they were already engaged at that point. Like,
because Madison had made the string, remember?
Yeah, Madison's like, what the fuck? All right. The only time we were alone during the getting to know each other process was to get chicken from the grocery store. God, those two.
The good old
Soon,
days.
I started to fall in love with him. I felt safe with Kody, and I felt comfortable with his family. Kody did and said everything perfectly. He proved himself to me effortlessly. However, I was still waiting for a eureka moment when I'd know without a doubt that I was meant to be part of Kody's family. I wanted fireworks and fanfare. I wanted angels singing in my ear. These fucking angels singing. This, like, it started all the way back here. I wanted angels singing in my ear. I wanted a sign from God. While I was waiting for this to happen, I wanted to deepen my relationship with Kody. So I told my dad, who called Kody and gave him permission to court me. At last!
This is so weird. You're a grown woman, you've been married, and you have 3 kids, and he's still calling your daddy. So weird. For a couple of years before I met Robyn, I'd been working as a sales representative selling advertising for billboards. Sure. While this job allowed me to work locally, it was a tough way to make a living. There were times when I could barely sell it all. No.
Oh, because you're bad at
Kody
it.
Not being a good sales guy?
You gotta sell it to me.
The day that Robyn's father called and gave me permission to court Robyn, my sales career had hit an all-time low.
Until my sister wife's closet. Because
Right.
nothing could be slower than those.
Things were so tough that I was considering selling my sports car. Well,
My $70,000. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
sell
you shouldn't
it.
have even had
that could get
car
you out
to
of like
begin
a
with.
bunch of debt.
Also, maybe get another job because you don't even have to be home to take care of your kids. So
Right.
get another job and a second job. I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together, but I was still considering courting this amazing woman because I knew Janelle would work overtime and make money for the rest of the family. I was certain that God would find a way for me to bring Robyn into my life. Janelle working more hours. After I got off the phone with Robyn's dad, I told my wives that we'd received permission to court. Luckily, Robyn was visiting Lehigh at the time, so we could immediately go on a date. Huh. Isn't that something?
Priorities.
She just happens to be in town, so he could immediately go on a date. Interesting. Okay. My wives were all excited for me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hang on. Lexa just said, okay, I got to pull out. Guys are trolling on half of this, or if it's really in the book. The only thing that we're making up is when I'm doing the Reba impression, or when we add Kody to the end of the sentences.
Yeah.
Or when
This
I said, because I don't have a job. Everything else is verbatim.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is real.
Oh my God, this is insane. My wives were all excited for me. Each of them had received the answer that Robyn was meant to be in our family. In fact, Christine had received a more intense spiritual witness than Robyn should marry me than she had received about our own marriage. God. The guilt trip that he had put on her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And she's super vulnerable because she's fucking pregnant.
Yeah. Together, we teased Robyn mercilessly about the fact that we all knew her destiny. My wives and I were in what Robyn called the knowing club, while Robyn was still waiting for her answer. God, I feel like we could have manipulation of these two.
Punched up that club name, by the way. The
manipulation of Robyn and Kody trying to make the wives believe this is their idea. On our first date over lunch, Robyn and I confessed everything about ourselves to each other. Stretch marks. Wait, he's got stretch marks where? Smelly feet. Oh. I swear I'm reading this.
Yeah, no, yeah.
On our first date over lunch, Robyn and I confessed everything about ourselves to each other. Stretch marks, smelly feet, bad habits. Who's got stretch marks? Who's got smelly feet? And what are these bad habits? This is disgusting.
Well, Cody's always in his mandals.
This is like they had to have had sex and one of them farted or something. Like you don't just roll this stuff out over Applebee's lunch.
Post-coital talk.
Yeah. We wanted to get all the silly stuff out of the way when we got back to the car.
Yeah, Robyn, slightly. Silly.
So fun. When we got back to the car, it had rained slightly, and the sky was beautiful with sunlight pushing through the rain clouds. I looked over at Robyn. I love you, I said. I couldn't help myself. Saying those words were of relief, an absolutely cathartic experience. Holy shit, you asshole. After talking
didn't say I love you to any of the other
ones. No, nothing like this. Ugh. All right, guys, we got one more exchange back and forth.
Oof. Yeah, two pages. We got this. I may have loved Kody, but I wasn't saying it until I was 100% sure. Words can be cheap, and I wanted to be careful. Now that we were courting, Kody and I started visiting with each other without the company of his wives. It was time to get to know each other better. I didn't want it to be rushed. I didn't want to be rushed into a marriage and family that was still unfamiliar. I knew some people in our faith wanted a quick courtship and engagement, but I needed to build a better foundation. Bullshit! The reason that they had to court for so long is because of the show.
And
that has been stated.
So much time together was because it was a long courtship. Also, this is a great point about Brooke. That's why she said the stretch marks at the tell-all. She's still holding on to that. Yeah, they shared things about stretch marks about the wives. Cody's like,
yeah,
stretch marks.
It's amazing you don't have stretch marks, and all of them do. I didn't know it was possible for a woman to not have stretch marks.
I bet you Meri's the one with the smelly feet, by the way. Just saying. Yeah.
I feel like Janelle probably has some smelly feet. I feel like she reuses socks like 3 or 4 times a week. She's like, these are good.
Turns them inside out.
Yeah. It was time to get to know each other. But okay, I know some people. I didn't want to go to my wedding day and wedding bed with somebody who was a relative stranger, like all the other wives had to. Some of my sister wives were more interested in the sisterhood than in my husband. But perhaps since I'd been married before, I knew that I needed a man whom I loved, trusted, cherished, and adored. Another thesaurus moment there. I also knew that asking for and receiving all these things is hard. During a visit I made to see Kody, I began to pray and fast. God, they love to starve themselves, these Browns.
Well, she's got to be skinnier than the other wives. Stretch marks.
Yeah, that's why she was fasting. She wasn't fasting. She was just like starving herself. To receive a sign or an affirmation that I was meant to be in his family. I needed something concrete. I knew I was falling in love with him. I felt him breaking down all of my walls. I felt She-Ra putting away her sword.
In her pants.
On one of our dates, we drove to Thanksgiving Point, a beautiful lookout where Kody had a billboard he was eager to sell. Hey, let me take you to go look at my billboard that I'm eager to sell.
This is where his boss was like, Kody, are you like, you need to actually work? So I'm going to need you to go and look at the billboard. So Robyn's doing a ride along with him. God.
On this drive, I had a singular experience. I mean, once you saw that billboard, it was done.
Oh yeah.
I felt my heart start to swell. It's probably because she's like, oh, he has a job. Great. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was feeling something else swelling too.
It seemed to be growing bigger in my chest. It even hurt. I started to feel out of breath, but also at peace because I was with Kody and it was wonderful. Suddenly, I felt as if the heavenly spirit was talking to me, and I knew this was my affirmation. I knew without a doubt that this is whom I was meant to marry. I burst into tears. What would that look like, do you think, Kody?
Oh my God.
Kody looked at me, wondering what was wrong. Then he began to cry too. We were both so overcome. Robyn's done.
Well, I mean, we've seen all the times that like when Christine's crying, Kody starts crying too, right? Right?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, remember when they cried because Aurora had to spend 10 days downstairs in the basement?
God, I want to put Aurora in the basement for way more than 10 days.
Anyway, that's a wrap on Robyn.
I've been planning to ask Robyn to marry me on her birthday, but I jumped the gun. A few days before her birthday, she told me that an older and esteemed man in our faith had called to inquire about courting her. This was a shock to my system. I was devastated. I didn't have the money to marry and support Robyn, but I knew that Janelle would do it and I'd find a way. Yeah. Even though Robyn told the man she knew where she belonged, I was still shaken. Oh, Kody's manhood was like...
Yeah.
The next day, Robyn and I drove back out to Thanksgiving Point. Okay, this is like make-out point, basically, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And as just seeing his billboard makes him extra horny.
Oh, yeah, I did that. As we sat there talking, I was overcome with what I believed was God's spirit in my pants. Before I knew what I was doing, I took her hand and asked her to marry me. When Christine and I got engaged, she told me she wouldn't kiss me until we were at the altar. After we were married, she realized she'd made a mistake and made me promise that if I married again, I'd kiss my next wife before we said our vows. Okay, I want to actually know that happened because I don't think so.
Well, she's saying that because they
told me I better. Right, but he's saying like, oh, it was Christine's idea that I kiss Robyn ahead of time, and we've seen Christine be like, no, we didn't kiss until our wedding day.
No, so Robyn said that. Oh, Christine said that. Oh.
So I took Robyn's face in my hands and kissed her real good. Robyn leaped out of the car and began to dance around. Oh, do you think she got out? And she was like, do it. Let's hear Robyn's hip hop. She was so happy and joyful. I got out of the car too, and she jumped in my arms, something my other fat wives couldn't do. This happened on September 26th. We wouldn't get married for 6 whole months. Our lives were in upheaval. I couldn't support Robyn yet. I couldn't even move her to our town, but I knew God would help me do it through Janelle being the only one working in our house while I drove around in my sports car.
And it would Christine taking a night job.
Help me do what it would take to bring our families together when the time was right. Wow. And that's exactly what happened. Christine got a night job while she's pregnant, 5 kids at home. You wouldn't put them to bed. Janelle was working overtime. Meri was working. So you two could go dance around and do like nobody puts baby in the corner lifts at Thanksgiving point. Nice. Real nice.
Well, that was soul crushing for me.
Well, next time, guys, we're going to go to part 2, number 2, sorority.
Sorority.
And we're going to start with...
Is that Meri starts that off?
Yeah.
Meri, here we are. Will you dress up as Meri next week, or at least do makeup?
Sure. Baby wants, baby gets.
Yeah.
I can do some Meri makeup. Yeah.
During the costume change, you can just take your hair and like flip it all the way over to the side.
I got to bring down all the bronzer and just...
Oh, yeah.
Pack it on.
Just like have like a bowl of it, and then like when you change into Meri, just like stick your face in it. Yeah.
Like an old fashioned, like one of those puffs with the white, but it'll just be orange, just poof.
Thanks guys for joining us. If you want to leave us a tip, here's our PayPal right here. AmandaJodyPodcast@gmail.com. So that's always nice. We're working hard over here. That was rough. That was a rough one. And next week we got or this upcoming week, we have Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Body, and Sister Wives Season 6, Episode 4, Odd Wife Out. And that's on our Patreon, which all the links are below. And I think that's it, right? Anything else?
You're amazing. No, we'll catch up. We'll see what we're talking about next week. So we'll get like a little timey reminder thing up on YouTube very shortly. And anything else?
Yeah.
That's it?
No, Walter's ready. Walter knows. I mean, Walter can always tell when we're like wrapping up. He's like, all right, it's time, bitch. All right, guys, we'll see you next week.
Subscribe, share, like.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Toodles.
Well, guys, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for joining us today on our We Love to Hate Everything channel. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a like or even a comment, and click on that bell if you want notifications, because you never know when we might pop up and go live. Please check out our other 2 podcasts on Patreon, where we snark on even more TV, movies, and pop culture. We got Total Request Podcast. That's patreon.com/trpod. And We Love to Hate TV. Patreon.com/Love to Hate TV. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.